Lettuce clap. On lettuce. On. 2, 3. Cool.
Fuck
Very
yeah.
good.
That was really on go. That was not after go. That was
I
on
know.
go.
Well, that was the rules on go.
Yeah, some people they do after go, and those people
What? At what point after
Black people.
one measure
they're
after go?
bad. They're not good.
Yeah.
What a way to open the fucking
I'm shutting that
podcast.
Welcome back to the Human
Once
Podcast.
again, the
After
disclaimer.
go is my favorite French dish. It has snails.
Oh yeah,
Snails.
that's the slugs and shit. Yeah.
No, that's the eggs of the chicken.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Did you know I found out in Buenos Dias, which I'm going to put on screen right now?
Buenos Dias?
The marketplace listing, which our guest doesn't
Wait,
know
no,
anything
that's not
about.
the voice of Buenos Dias. Can I do the voice of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking
Official
about this
Canaan
earlier, and I
voice?
have
Yeah,
no
you're
clue what the fuck you're talking about.
You can be the canon voice.
Buenos Dias.
Hell yeah. So
Buenos dias, Mandy.
I often peruse
Buenos Dias.
Facebook Marketplace, and I'll screenshot anything that's weird or out of the ordinary. But by far the worst one that I've ever seen is Buenos Dias.
Oh my
Okay,
god. I'm never really ready for it.
I'm
once
gonna
I
put it
see
on screen when I show it to
Is
you.
it already
Okay.
on screen?
When I show it to him, I said when I show it to him.
Is it already on screen?
This is Buenos Dias.
Oh, are those tonsils?
See, that's the thing.
It looks like tonsils.
I always thought, and this is going to be news to you as well. I always thought that they were cherry tomatoes. That they were
Oh,
like.
you didn't know what they were.
No, I had no idea. I thought they were cherry tomatoes. I was pretty confident in it. I posted it on Reddit.
So you're telling me you just showed me tonsils?
No.
Uh-uh.
I just showed you unhatched chicken eggs.
Oh,
They were still in the uterus
They're
of
very
the chicken.
sought after in certain recipes as
Yeah.
well. People really like to scoop them on out of the chicken.
That's what they were telling me on Reddit when I
Yeah.
posted it. Yeah.
That's what I've heard about on unhatched chicken eggs.
Yeah,
That
they're
just delicious.
And they're fucking
Yeah, it's
gross
like
looking also.
They look
what was it
disgu-
fucking
they
called,
look like-
Botan or something.
eggs.
Did you say Wu-Tang?
It's like
Wu-Tang?
Botan or something. That's what they call it in Philippines or
Botanicals.
something.
Welcome back to the Hear Me Out Podcast. I'm Noah.
I'm Jersey.
And I'm Jamie.
Hey,
from
Jamie.
Joe
Jamie's
Rogan.
here
Hey, Jamie
from Joe Rogan.
Podcast. How are you?
Oh, you know, just another week with old Joe boy.
How's he doing?
What's he doing? Why? Hi, I have a production question for you later about.
Uh-huh. He's dead.
What killed him? What killed him, do you think? Was it you?
Hey, I'm not at liberty to discuss.
Okay, we'll talk about it
I
later.
understand that. I completely respect that. I think that's cool of you. I was just
He
wondering.
got stabbed.
Oh
Was
my
it the?
God.
Was it the?
It was the elk.
Fuck.
Like with a knife or like
No,
with
the antler.
antlers?
See, in
Really?
his most private moments, he had told me that he thought it was going to be a shaved chimpanzee, and that people wouldn't notice. That the chimpanzee would co-opt his podcast, and
Uh-huh.
people wouldn't be able to tell. But
So I got to think of
that was
this,
mean.
like-
That was too mean.
no, it wasn't. Fuck that guy.
Yo, bro, fucking stay off my boy Joe. Bro.
I
I
got
was
to
just
think
wondering-
That man pays my bills.
As a
Not anymore.
producer of the he's fucking dead now.
Hey, I still get royalties.
Oh, you're right.
Oh fuck! Really? Do they sell it on what, Blu-ray or something?
No, it's one of those bitcoins you can buy at Vapor Maven.
Oh, yeah,
every
you walk into the vape shop and you can go get some Joe Rogan coins.
every episode of the Joe Rogan podcast is a non-fungible video.
What the hell?
Is
Who
someone knocking
here?
on our door?
What the fuck?
Someone's knocking on our
There's
door.
someone
during
knocking
the
on my
podcast?
door.
Noah's getting up to.
That's
check.
too deep of a cut. No one knows what that song is.
See, they wouldn't knock on the door on Rogan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. See, tell us about. Speaking of
Oh my god.
who, what? I don't know who is here at all.
I don't know who it is.
I fully don't know who's here. I knew it would be Rose. Rose. Yeah. We're cutting this out of my Rose is my girlfriend.
I've met.
Oh, I forgot.
At
you
the
met
party,
Rose. Never
yeah.
fucking mind. I'm a dumbass. He's Blaine.
You better not chop this out.
Who
Welcome
else
back
is
to the
here?
Hear Me Out Podcast, guys. Who's here?
Oh my God, who's here?
Oh, yo, what's up? The same guy.
It's the same guy.
It's Jamie from Joe Rogan.
No, Jamie from Joe
Rogan.
Rogan.
Hey, Jamie from Joe Rogan.
Oh,
There are two Jamies here.
The
Yeah.
Tale of Two Jamies.
Which one? The Tale of Two Jamies?
Jamie Heidemann.
I was
from
going to ask
Ghostbusters.
our Jamie here, since he knows a lot about the production of what's Rogan called? The Hear Rogan Out podcast.
Uh-huh.
Um, how do
Precisely.
you get him? How do you get that waxy look of him?
Yeah,
How
how's
do you
he
get
so
that-
shiny?
Yeah, he looks like a figure that's a little bit too hot.
He's
So we
buff
actually
and
filmed the
buff.
whole podcast underwater.
Really?
Whoa.
You can't tell because he doesn't have any hair, so it's not like
Right.
it's...
Yeah, it's not moving or waving.
Yeah.
Waving.
See, that's the thing with the shaved monkey is you wouldn't notice with the shave. You would notice with the shaved monkey because his hair would be just streaming about.
He
and
sh-
shit.
I don't know if you noticed this about the shaved monkey, but he doesn't have any hair because he's shaved.
The dog is whining now in the podcast.
The dog's going crazy. I'm pretty
the dog's
sure.
going hog wild.
I think we're picking up everything in the universe right now.
That's all right with me. I'm super happy with this.
This is all right. This is a good.
Listen, the
time.
thing is, the one person on this planet who I know listens to every episode of the podcast is currently on the podcast right now.
Jamie's right here on the
And
podcast.
I just dropped my microphone.
That's
he
okay.
dropped the mic because of what he said was so powerful.
I was going to put featuring Jackie Zell music in the title of this
Okay,
one.
hell yeah.
That's a good idea.
By the way,
Should we
my name is
actually-
not Jamie.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Who are you? Introduce yourself.
My
tell
name
us who
is
you are.
Jack.
Hey, Jack.
Hi.
How do we know each other, Jack?
We went to middle school together, Noah.
Wow.
What do we do that for?
What
What was the?
Well,
in-game?
I don't know if you know this, but if you hadn't gone, you would be.
I went to middle school to win.
Mm. And I went to middle
That's
school.
better than the bit I was gonna do.
I went to middle school to hang out with you
Yeah, that's true. You gave me a high five every day, bro.
every day.
I remember.
Every day.
Wait, do you remember
yeah.
when we used to race to fucking science class from what was the dude with the coach's name?
Coach Mackey?
Yeah, we would race.
What
Like
the fuck?
foot race.
You would race,
and
What
we would
the
like
fuck?
try to knock each other over and
Would I ever win?
You're Mario
Yeah,
karting.
because you would
Really?
knock me over.
Fuck yeah,
Fuck,
dude.
yeah.
I remember the high fives thing.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know this other guy.
Yeah. You two
Yeah, we
just
don't know
met
each
for the first time.
I mean, we met at a party once, and that's about it.
Yeah,
Me-
and we were kind of mad at each other at the party.
Yeah, he
We
said
were-
I had a Nigerian dad, and I was fucked
and he
up
didn't.
about
He
it.
didn't like that. He
And
said,
I didn't like it.
He
My
said,
dad
"Don't
is
call me
white," he
Nigerian.
said.
My dad is so white. He's white as white it can
"He's
be.
white as snow."
He's
What is?
white as
Hey,
a
what is
white
that three?
Nigerian.
What's that 3.5 guy? That quarter inch? What's he hanging out for? Is
That's
that
what they used to
my
call me in high
headphones.
school.
That's your headphones? Okay.
Yeah.
I could not think of the dimensions of that fucking.
Anyways,
thing.
speaking of me and Noah's prior friendship,
You have a gift for me.
Prior.
I have
Is it over?
Somewhat of a gift.
I was told
Yeah,
before the
it's like-
podcast you had a gift.
Yeah, the gift is me ending my friendship.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
kidding. No. So
Ugh.
I have a little friend
Okay.
that you might recognize. You won't,
I'm
because
not going to recognize him. Yeah,
You
I'm
aren't in
fully
on the joke.
anticipating something being
But
bizarre. Whoa.
I have this.
That is Barry B. Benson from B Movie.
That's
Small
a
and
McDonald's
plastic.
toy, correct?
Do you remember the chronicles of Barry B. Benson and Coach Mackey's class?
So here, I'll admit this now here on the podcast live. Due to some, I don't even remember why. I can't imagine what traumatic experience I may have gone through during that time in my life.
I probably remember.
Pretty
but-
sure it was when he met me.
I just don't fucking remember most of middle school.
Yeah.
And Barry B. Benson strikes a bit of a nerve in my brain, but not enough for me.
Well, that's a powerful
So
connection, right?
we would worship this thing.
Okay.
I would stick it in my mouth a bunch. This isn't the same one. I lost the same one in the move. Because
Okay.
I fucking moved.
So you bought a second one.
Oh, you
I
like-
literally bought this for this podcast.
Really?
Whoa.
Yeah.
How
And
much
Much
did you
more money than we've spent on the podcast.
Oh my god.
he fucking busts it
twisting
down
it.
too.
Holy
twisted,
shit.
damn it.
That dude is
Move
busting
this
down
fucking
sexual
chicken
style.
box.
Get that fucking chicken box out of there, dude.
Oh,
Whose
fuck.
chicken
Who
box
left
is
this here?
I
God
think
damn
it's
it.
yours, dumbass.
That's mine. That
Oh
that
my
Move your
God.
chicken, boss.
Coach Mackey had beautiful eyes.
Why?
He sure did, and he had a beautiful bald head. Anyways, what's this?
What the fuck is he doing?
Oh my fucking
He's busting
god.
it down. Holy
This
shit.
This fly ass white boy with a little bit of swag.
Is he
busted
white?
down
Hold on
sexual
now.
style.
Yeah, I have a Nigerian dad. What are you talking about?
Yeah, let me take a video of this guy. So
I was
Okay.
talking about Barry B. Is Barry B white?
Oh no, he's Jewish. He's
Yeah, he is.
Seinfeld.
Fuck, yeah, he is literally Jewish. Wait, no, in the movie they call him B-ish, I believe.
yeah,
You
you
don't
can't
remember
say
in
Jewish.
Spaceballs when they called the aliens Jewish?
No, but that's fucked up.
And they
Mel
were
Brooks
like
played it, it's
very
okay.
stereotyped.
Let him
I
rip.
just called him Mel Grips.
Oh my fucking
He's busting
god.
that shit, bro.
Witness this man.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Why'd they make it do that?
I think he's supposed,
It's
to,
supposed
stand.
to stand.
I think he's doing a bit of a
I
dance.
assumed because his legs were so thin he couldn't stand, but no, that makes way
Yeah,
more
but
sense.
Yeah,
That's
because you're a
literally-
fucking expert on goddamn figures and shit, right? Huh?
I did better than you in physics class. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you're probably right.
Give it to him, Jamie.
I'm gonna put up embarrassing.
Get his ass,
embarrassing
Jamie.
video.
Light him up, Jamie.
I have so many videos of you in that class.
Oh yeah.
That's when we were closest. I think that was before the falling out.
Oh yeah, yeah. What do you think really was it that happened?
You just
I moved away.
yeah, it was. It was when Jack moved away before we
It
met.
ruined mine and your friendship.
Yeah, it just got to me one day. I was like, man, I just don't think you can really replace.
You can't live up.
Jack.
You're not as tall as him.
So I've been worried today
Uh-huh.
because you knew me
He was worried that you're not going to be funny on the podcast.
I knew you in a very questionable state.
in a time that nobody I currently talk to or hang out with,
Yeah.
other than Lawson, the only other guest that's ever been on this podcast,
Yes.
knows me.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm so glad.
I feel like it might have done irreparable harm to my image as an adult.
Oh, okay.
Just as a fucked up little kid that I was like perceived, most of those people, they're off doing their own thing and they don't like me. But you're here in my dining room.
Yeah, man.
And
I mean, I was popular.
You listen.
I was popular.
Really?
He was.
I was
I
was
didn't know
football boy. I was friends with all the popular dudes. They're like best friends with me.
That's one reason that I had asked you earlier if there were any friends that when you moved away that you realized you didn't miss all that much.
Well, it's not that I still miss them, but it's like I'm not gonna reach out because I spent like fucking 3 years reaching out.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they
Why
never
should you
reached
at that
out.
point?
They never reached out to me to do anything. I mean, they know I've been living in Jonesboro, but I mean, I don't know, man. It's people grow apart.
People do, and I think that that's part of it. It's just.
And I was a weird kid, especially around those motherfuckers. I was a weird kid.
That's the thing is like I was only friends with those people. Because you were friends with those people. And I was like, that. I don't think I would have had a connection.
Would you have been friends with Houston, you think?
Yeah, I had different classes with Houston.
Yeah, that's right.
I had we had to take. Do you remember when we had to take CSI? You don't, because you were in band. The band students didn't have to take it. But
I think he's making this up.
Crime scene investigation.
I swear to
Me
fucking
and Jamie
God.
are looking at each other in the eyes and we know this is a lie.
You can call Houston. I promise. You can ask Houston. If you were not in band, in 8th grade, you had to take 4 9-week classes of random shit like that. And in 9th grade, you had to take 2 semester classes, one being music and one being another shit that I don't remember.
Why weren't you in band?
I signed up for band. I wanted to be in percussion, and I passed the test, and I was accepted. And then they didn't get my papers. I handed them in, but they said they had no record of them.
Wow!
And so I missed out on 7th grade band because you could only join before school started.
Yeah,
like you had to have already
Holy
been in
shit.
band.
That's stupid.
And
That
then by
doesn't
the
seem
time,
like a good way to get new band kids.
Yeah.
Those band directors were yeah, they were questionable.
It was that way for 7th and 8th. So if you wanted to be in band in 7th grade, you had to sign up for it in 6th grade at a different school. They came to your school, gave you a basic music test, and accepted you in.
I remember.
And then in 7th grade, you had to do that over the summer if you wanted to be in 8th grade. And if
So
you didn't
you were
join band in 8th grade, it was too late. You could not join band in 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th in our school
Holy
district
shit.
if you had not been in band in 7th or 8th grade.
That's hilarious.
And I was so embarrassed that I missed out on a year of inside jokes and camaraderie in 7th grade band that I didn't sign up in 8th, and it was too late by then.
I didn't make friends with anybody while I was in band. I was straight footballing most of that time, and was like band is my side thing. And footballing is my main thing. Even though I sucked ass at football.
Listen, you were big.
I was big, but I sucked ass.
And that was kind of what I was getting at. Is like those people that you were friends with were definitely too cool for me.
Yeah.
And
I'll give you that.
I just felt like I was like, what the fuck does Jack have in common with those guys? Like if I couldn't do it, what is he doing?
What's so
Me
special
and
about this
Jack
fucker?
too were friends since like 3 years old.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, and he was my main connection to everybody else.
He got you in on it.
Yeah.
He got you friends with the principal's kid.
Yeah, and then we got all our classes together because the principal made it happen. It was fucking
Whoa.
dope.
Inside,
That sounds like
you had
nepotism.
connections.
Yeah.
You fucking asshole.
Hey,
I've been
bro,
DMing.
when it
You're the
happens,
most
it happens.
nepotistic person I've ever met.
You are nepotistic as fuck. I've been DMing Martin Herlihy, who is a current writer for SNL.
I
and
hate when you fucking do
the
this.
son of the guy who wrote
You
Billy
always
Madison.
find a random famous person to fucking harass.
I'm not
and
harassing him.
harangue.
I'm
Just because it worked on Steve Zaragoza doesn't make it okay.
I DM the guy every once in a while, and I'll just be like, "Hey, have you met Maude Apatow?"
Why?
Or I would never accuse you of nepotism, Martin. It's hilarious because he's fine. He's living in New York. He writes for SNL. you
He's
know.
okay. Yeah,
He
he's
is
okay.
the son of the man who wrote Billy Madison. But it's
That's
like
all he needs.
every once in a while he'll open Twitter and he'll see a DM from the Green Goblin on Twitter that just says, "It's just awfully coincidental that the man who wrote Billy Madison has the same last name as you do, Martin."
You've sent me this before.
Oh, I think it's hilarious.
You've sent me look what I did. A proud little screenshot of you fucking with the Billy Madison kid.
You thought it was funny. I'll find evidence of it.
I'm laughing currently. It's very funny.
You're being an asshole.
Well, okay, so Jack is here, and I'm trying to look cool because he doesn't know me by being mean to you.
Okay. I think he knows you by proxy.
I think I need to leave.
Please stay.
No. You can't leave. Let me make that
we're
clear.
not. Jamie,
Y'all barred the windows.
can he leave?
No, he's staying.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
we're getting a hard no. We're getting a crazy no.
Fuck you, Jamie. Fuck you.
You know, every time we upload a podcast, I look forward to your input on the podcast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just waiting for that Jack comment.
Yeah.
And now
because
you're here.
y'all didn't do it for so long. And I was like,
it was fucked up of us. I'm very sorry.
Yeah,
mostly, if not completely, my fault.
No, I had like because we used to record on my off days back when I had off days.
That's true. And then you didn't have them for a while.
And then I didn't have them. And now I have more of them, which is cool. And we can get back to it. But, this is fun. But this is what we do anyways. We just sit and fuck around.
Yeah.
We're not creating anything of quality.
My coworker recently asked me what this podcast was about.
It's a podcast about nothing.
See, I almost said that, but then I didn't want to immediately hang myself after my shift.
Yeah.
So what I did instead was I told him it was about being a youth in America.
Oh, like The Sopranos.
Yeah, just like that.
It's a little bit like The Sopranos.
Do you like The Sopranos? Because if you like The Sopranos, you would like
love
the
the Hear Me Out podcast. Not that one. Yeah,
the other one. The other one, the fourth Hear Me Out podcast
that has the copyright.
I talk about this podcast.
Yeah, we do have it, and we are seeking out legal action.
Yeah, we're going to sue, and never mind. I'm not going to say that.
What the fuck was that? Okay. Something in your house came loose and not.
I think I have the door shut to the dog, and the cat's just opened it.
A rapping is at your door.
No rapping at my door.
Rapping at your door.
Is that Eminem?
Yo, Busta Rhymes.
Hey, I was thinking, what's your rap name?
I have plenty from Annie Camp days.
I bet you have some. Oh my god. Yours is Noah Mars Hall.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like hyphenated?
You told me that.
Because when I was a SoundCloud rapper, I had a couple different names. No.
We don't need to cut that out?
What is Noah Mars Hall about?
I don't know. I just felt like it too much of a deep cut. A little bit.
Oh, no.
I don't want to be exposing you. We've already got someone who actually knows you on the podcast.
I don't
even really know you.
I snuck onto this podcast.
So the way I see
want him in.
I'm actually Steve Zaragoza's cousin.
Holy shit.
Fuck. Wait,
and I'm half Mexican.
Did we talk about that on the last episode?
Yeah, we did. Because, I sent it a History Road.
So it has to come out then.
Yeah. No, it was the podcast before. It was
the one you've heard. The one we talked about Steve Zaragoza's cousin.
Because he heard us talk about.
I was wrong about which episode it's in.
Yeah,
and then I heard it on the podcast. His History Road, and I was like,
"Holy shit! I know the guy who said that.
Right? That was crazy.
I was really stoked about that.
Honestly. That means I basically know
SourceFed. That means I'm in SourceFed.
I have seen
Sam Basher and me are friends.
Sam Basher is nowhere to be found.
Sam Basher.
He has a pretty good podcast presence.
Yeah, he's a great and cool guy.
I think he's just a video editor now.
Yeah, he stopped posting on his social media and making YouTube videos about a year and a half ago, and now he's married, very happy, and just enjoying his privacy, and I think that's very cool.
Remember when he was on Gus and Eddie? That was a good episode.
He was on Gus and Eddie?
No, he was not. Sam Basher was not on Gus and Eddie.
Yes, he was.
He made this up.
I did not.
We can't.
They talked about dynamic banter,
but we can't watch Gus and Eddie because of
because of
the implication.
The implication.
More like Cuss and Eddie.
Dude, you made this up. Gus and Eddie.
Sam Basher.
Holy shit.
BASHO.
This nigga's got the Geno Samuel.
Oh my god, you're right.
What did I tell you?
No
what did I tell you?
Fuck.
Don't fucking question me about my goddamn podcast.
For the record, I believed him, and Noah didn't believe him.
I didn't. I really didn't, and I'm sorry for this.
It's okay. You listen to a lot of podcasts.
I do listen to a lot of podcasts. Yeah. Gus and Eddie was my daily driver for a long time.
Same.
Yeah.
And
every Monday, bro.
I haven't had a daily driver in forever.
When I worked at the place that took my soul for 4 months,
the church.
Yes.
Same thing.
I got a lunch break on Mondays that I was not able to go home for because I had to work 7 hours I worked 10-hour days, and I worked 7 hours, and then I got my lunch break, which is within 1 hour of the legal limit that you can deprive someone of their lunch break,
right?
Without paying them extra.
I worked a 12-hour shift straight once.
That's fucking awful. I worked a 12-hour shift once because Facebook went down. I was working. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but I worked in a call center for an internet service provider.
This was in the heart of the pandemic, and I was working at a Mexican restaurant in Little Rock, and now I have mariachi music in my head forever because that's all they play.
In there.
Yeah.
But Mondays were my that after 7 hours came right at 3:00, and I live probably 12 minutes away from the place. And 3:00 was school traffic. So I couldn't drive home because it would take me 30 minutes to get here. I'd have 5 minutes to eat, and then.
Did you consider sprinting or running or?
No, I wanted to buy a moped, and my wife wouldn't let me.
No. All you need to get is like the lid of a big Rubbermaid and just kind of bat them away.
My brother almost died on a moped.
It's uphill both ways, so I couldn't it's a real bitch. But anyways, Mondays was my day to just sit at the office and have lunch. So I'd bring my little lunchbox with quesadillas and shit, and I'd listen to the Gus and Eddie podcast. And that was like my tether to real life.
Yeah.
And I was still working at that place when the Gus allegations came out.
Ooh.
So it was like I suddenly don't have a ritual for the one thing that makes me happy at this place. Yeah, it really, really fucked me up.
I gotta be honest, over Gus and Eddie, I've listened to Dynamic Banter every week since it came out, since it first started.
That's
awesome.
So impressive.
And the Cloverfield podcast they did before.
I love Cloverfields.
I want to watch Cloverfields, but I don't know shit about Cloverfield.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, I didn't. Really? I sure as fuck didn't when it came out.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen 10 Cloverfield Lane. I've seen 10 Cloverfield Lane. I think it's a great movie, but I've never seen the original Cloverfield.
You haven't seen 10 Cloverfield Lane? Mm-mm. I'm surprised because for me, that's a big part of the appeal of the Cloverfields culmination of Cloverfields into Dynamic Banter was 10 Cloverfield Lane actually coming out and like going to see it. Like that was a big part of. I mean, that was the only reason I was hyped for the movie.
Right.
Obviously. Oh, shit. And like they got the fucking director on there and stuff. Yeah, like it's just like seeing the movie is a big part of the podcast for me. It's literally after. Like it's literally not actually what happened in there.
So I will ask you a question as a diehard Dynamic Banter guy.
Okay.
Die Hard's a movie that came out in 1997, starring Jeff Goldblum. And
he's
naked the whole time.
I
butt ass naked.
I talked about this in my history road, but I never watched Dynamic Banter.
Right. Yeah.
I never did. I just there was something about SourceFed ending that was like a little raw for me, I think.
Honking horns and making good.
And like I just
making good.
I didn't keep up with them. I was like sad about it. You know, it made me more sad to watch all the people from there than to see them all together.
That's crazy because what Steven did you catch up what Steven fucking Suptic was doing after SourceFed?
Yeah, Sugar Pine 7. I never watched any of this shit, but it was cool.
That shit is good.
I didn't watch it either.
Like that shit is really
Steven Suptic
really
is
good.
hilarious. I watched him back when he was MLG Haunt.
Yeah.
When he was back on.
I did not.
He played with Skydos Minecraft and shit like that. He was a big guy.
Shit, really?
Yeah. He was a big Minecraft guy, and then one day he just got hired at SourceFed and stopped it.
He looks.
Wasn't he on Disney XD for a second too?
He's hot, dude. Steven Suptic is hot as fuck.
Is not hot,
dude.
He looks.
I think that dude is sexy as fuck.
I think he's sexy in his own way, but he also, in my own way, looks kind of strange.
Yeah, that's fair.
In my eyes, he's a weirdo.
But one thing I do know about Dynamic Banter is the open eyes thing. I have quoted open eyes for years.
None of them have ever opened their eyes.
What the fuck is that from?
So,
what episode?
It's not from an episode.
Yes, it is.
Not that I can find on YouTube.
I was still listening.
It's not on YouTube. It's on any other podcast.
Yeah, that's before. That's before they went to YouTube, right?
Okay.
So I'm literally like a historian. Like I literally re-listen to old episodes all the time.
That's very awesome.
That's
so.
I'm currently caught up with the past year.
Yeah. So
starting at the beginning.
No, the past year starting from now. So what I'll do is I'll go back 20 episodes.
You're working backwards?
Yeah, I'm working kind of backwards. I'm doing it in a really fucked up way because originally what I did was
doing things fucked up is cool.
I watched the most recent one. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, actually, I kind of like this. So I started back 20 before just to kind of catch up. And I realized that there were so many inside jokes that I did not get. So I watched 20 back from that to try to get them. And I still didn't catch up.
If you're doing that with Dynamic Banter, you'll have to start at the very first.
So, but what I'm doing is to kind
of... And even then, you kind of have to do Cloverfields.
Yeah. I've been kind of easing myself into it by just watching 20 of them and then going back 20 from the first one I started on. Mm-hmm. It's not chronological and it's a really fucked up way to watch it, but it's kind of fun.
I feel like it might be really cool as an experience.
So do you know what episode?
I think it's literally called Open Eyes, Close Eyes.
Really?
Because the bit everybody
it was a really long bit and it was fucking funny. But the thing was they were doing like a nature show thing.
Yeah, I got that from the Open Eyes
and Steve
animated.
Was doing a weird voice for no reason really.
Yeah. I watch the clip all the time and I can tell that they're like, you know, Mike is pretending to be like the guy directing him in the nature documentary.
I feel like that's later on in the gag, right?
I don't remember
because I haven't gone back and listened.
Yeah, it is later on the gag.
Recently, anyway.
I showed it to you last time you were here.
We watched not just the clip. I mean, like,
okay.
Within the context of the episode, I think I'm pretty sure that's from later in the episode.
Like I just recently found out what shout out to Derek meant.
Oh yeah. I don't even remember what shout out to Derek means.
There was just some guy.
It doesn't mean anything.
There was just a guy who at the end of his email was like, shout out to Derek. And they thought it was hilarious.
That sounds about right.
Yo, in my fucking video that I sent that got onto the podcast, I was like, yo, what's up? I'm Jack. I'm from Arkansas. I forgot what I was going to ask. Shout out to Derek.
Yeah.
And I fucking ended it.
Hell yeah. Mine ended with shout out to Derek, whoever the fuck that is. Because at that point, I did not know who that was. And I made Mike Falzone laugh.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That was a really big
That's
thing for me.
cool as fuck because he's funny and everything.
I want to be Mike Falzone.
I have talked to him on Instagram so many times.
Really?
We have an Instagram correspondence.
I've really recently discovered that I think Mike Falzone is fine as fuck, and I want to be that guy.
I get that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Hey, you
that.
could.
I think I'm at a genetic
I think you could.
disadvantage.
No, you
we
could.
all are in a way. I mean, you're not unless you're Italian.
Who are the superior race?
Yeah, isn't it funny that Italians are
Invented fascism.
Either the sexiest people or people are always racist towards them?
You used to say this about Mexicans in high school.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You would say, okay. Well, I thought you were going a different direction because you said, "Isn't it funny that Italians are either fine as fuck or?" And then I remember this bit you did from high school. Did he have this bit in his younger years?
Oh my god!
Where he would say,
"I hate this." This is the part I was scared of, where you were getting information about me from a decade ago. Jack, it's been a decade since you and I met each other.
Right.
I was 12 years old. 12 years old.
I'm not.
And I don't want anyone to have stories from when I was 12 years old. But continue with your question.
I understand that. Basically, he would be like, either if you're Mexican, you're either sexy as fuck or you're hideous.
I don't think I said that about just Mexican people.
You did. And then I was saying, what are you talking about? And you would say, there's no average looking Mexican people. Because there's so few of them. They're only ugly.
Oh, I forgot.
Or
yeah, you
hot.
Fucking grew up in this fucking place and not San Antonio.
Somewhere else.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of Mexican people.
I literally, so the school we went to in Jonesboro was basically, sorry, let me not say that name.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
You've already said Jonesboro. You can say Jonesboro.
Okay, I live in Jonesboro. Most of the time I go to school. Anyways, what was I talking about?
Your school in San Antonio.
Oh yeah. So the school in Jonesboro had fucking half white kids, half black kids, some Mexican, and maybe 2 Asian kids.
Okay, half white, half black.
It's
half
always
Mexican.
2 Asian kids.
Yeah. So then I moved to fucking San Antonio, and
there's
it's
actually people there.
Yeah, and it's half Mexican kids, a quarter white people. Well, I guess half white people because the other white people are the Jewish
they are the
people,
majority.
the Jewish people.
Yeah, they're the same.
So it was half white people, half Mexican people, and then maybe 3 black people.
Yeah,
and then there was a lot of Asians. They had
people
a lot of
in the South don't know about how few black people there are. And I think it's fascinating.
There are a lot lot of black people down here. It's just it's segregated.
Yeah, it's honorary.
It's still segregated.
The
very deeply segregated.
The little town in Arkansas that my family is from is so predominantly black that you know that's just a place they sent them.
Yeah, that's where black people go.
Yeah, and it's it's really
you
bizarre.
can say whatever.
All black people go to heaven
because the cooking in the older part of my family always very much resembles your stereotypical black cooking.
Yeah.
And it's very strange to me that it's just it's such a black centric town in the middle of the South, it's they were allowed to get those, but
sometimes they could have those. I guess.
Not really because they made them poor and shit
there's
that.
Black Wall Street that they let them have it for a while and then they came
and they were well,
no more. You guys are making money.
I
now?
believe literally with dynamite they blew it up.
Really?
They dropped dynamite from planes.
Yeah,
dude.
I need to read about this.
Oh, it's fascinating. You definitely should. I feel like it's one of those American tragedies.
I don't know if they dropped dynamite from planes. I think they did.
You said it so confidently.
I'm 90% sure there's dynamite involved. I don't know if that was in planes or boats or trains or automobiles.
I think they literally bombed it with planes.
That's the easiest way to do it.
They threw it out of John Candy. What the fuck? Black Wall Street? I don't think I've ever even physically.
It's in Oklahoma, dude.
Yeah, dude.
In Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Is it in Oklahoma?
I think so. Something like that.
It was, Black Wall Street was in Tulsa. It was part of the Tulsa Race Massacre.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, they definitely threw fucking dynamite. I watched Watchmen 2019. They threw dynamite.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Watchmen.
Hey, if you like Watchmen, you'll really like Justice League New Frontier.
Watchmen 2019 is about the repercussions of the Tulsa Race Massacre in a world where superheroes exist.
That's stupid.
It's very cool. I like it a lot. It's
not actually stupid.
It's a single season of a show, and it's very good.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
I might actually
like
watch it
8
then.
episodes long. Read Watchmen first, maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna read Watchmen. I'm gonna get around to it.
Do you want to borrow my copy?
yours. Okay, so the reason I haven't read Watchmen yet, Rose can tell you this, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I like comic books a lot, and I'm a collector of them. So if I'm gonna own a copy of Watchmen, I don't want it to say now an HBO Max original series.
That's fair. They all do
on the cover.
Yeah,
they all do that.
You've got to get an old print.
And I expected it to go away sooner than this.
No, it's still there.
But it's still there.
It's still there.
Every time I go to a Barnes and Noble, and I'm like,
broke on eBay.
What the fuck?
And I think the only
honestly,
Ultimate
eBay
editions,
just you look for a different printing is probably the best idea.
Tell him.
Yeah.
How much was he? How much did you spend on that?
Like $7.
Do you want me to reimburse you?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I feel like it's a sound move.
Yeah, let's hear it, Barry.
Yeah.
I wish you'd talked and we could get.
Jamie, what's your favorite color?
Okay.
Jamie's gone silent.
Jamie's gone silent.
Wouldn't it be crazy if there was some sort of nicotine-oriented martial artist?
I was thinking about what you called the Nicka Goblin or some shit.
The Nigga Goblin.
I didn't say that.
My favorite thing about Timmy Turner is
the Nega Chin.
The Nega Chin.
There is no way that
it's crazy because also the creator, unrelated, like 20 years later, was like, Jesus can cure autism. So it's like funny that like also unrelated to that, way back in the day, he's like, what should the evil Crimson Chin be called? Oh, what about Chinzaro? Because, Crimson Chin's a play on Superman a little bit. And so it's like, oh, okay, we'll do Bizarro Crimson Chin. We'll do Chinzaro. No, Nega Chin.
Nega Chin, the Nega Chin.
Yeah.
I saw a Reddit thread today, and it was like questions of, or it was on r/ask Reddit, and it was like, who had the biggest fall from grace? And a lot of them were like Butch Hartman and shit like that. And one of them was just a long essay about how it was actually John Wilkes Booth. Because he was he was a
vampire.
He was he was. That motherfucker slept during the day.
What?
He was a vampire.
He bit people's necks and sucked their blood and shit.
No, Abraham Lincoln fucking hunted vampires, and John Wilkes Booth.
That's what they say about.
Yeah,
and John Wilkes Booth was like, not anymore.
We're not
fucker.
having that. He said,
how
it's
y'all feeling about the occult right now? How are we feeling about the occult?
I think they're doing great things.
I think the occult is badass. I never mind.
I don't think you should really speak on it unless you've had adrenochrome. Like,
keep going.
I love pizza.
Yeah, I think once you try it, you just get it. Yeah,
and you're like, this is worth.
The ends justify the means.
The ends of the. God damn it!
Well, see, I was hanging out with RDJ the other fucking day.
Robert Downey Jr.
We don't say names on the podcast.
Oh, Richard Dickus Jenkins.
Dickus. Dick ass.
What was going on with RDJ?
Dick ass is my favorite Star Wars character.
Dick ass. He did the pretzel run.
In the pretzel run. Fucking the Star Wars Phineas and Ferb crossover. Did you just watch that?
No.
See, I had a younger brother.
I never watched Phineas and Ferb.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I had a younger brother, so I saw.
I never watched Disney Channel, bro.
Oh, you weren't a Disney Channel kid?
No, I watched. I literally watched like old tapes of Scooby Doo and Tom and Jerry, and then like Nickelodeon sometimes, SpongeBob.
Yeah, that really explains
like Cartoon Network sometimes.
Okay,
I get that.
That's why you're like this.
I was definitely an old VHS child. As well.
Oh yeah, Tom and Jerry.
I had never touched a VHS tape until my adulthood.
That's
fascinating.
We got a PS2 at launch, so we've had a DVD player since I was
DVD
born.
mode.
We've always had DVD.
Hell yeah!
And I think that's one of the reasons I'm so into VHS now.
Yeah. See, I think I'm so into VHS. Well,
I have a copy of Forrest Gump on VHS.
Holy shit! I have to show you my VHS collection.
All I have pre-special edition Empire Strikes Back VHS.
I have special edition Empire.
I also have the special editions. I got them from my uncle.
I got them from a girl that we went to junior high with. For doing her math homework.
Hadn't you not seen Star Wars at the time?
I had not. My first experience with Star Wars was the special editions on VHS.
They're not that bad. That's the first time I saw them.
I saw Star Wars when I was little, and I was like, these first 3 movies are cool. Not like the prequels.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's
you
about
said that
it.
with such no...
I was like...
With such no homo.
I'm an Indiana Jones.
No homo, but I really like Star Wars. I don't want to suck your dick about it or anything.
No Jar Jar.
No Jar Jar.
I much prefer Indiana Jones to Star Wars.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Indiana Jones is the shit, man. When I was 8, I was like, fuck Star Wars.
Yeah.
All I give a shit about is Harrison Ford.
I've also never seen Indiana Jones.
They're good. They're a little
Jesus
racist.
Christ. The second one is... People say it's not as good as the other ones, but I
fuck with Temple of Doom, man. I fuck
Yeah.
with Temple of Doom. Temple of Doom is the only one I've showed Rose.
Kalema.
And he fucking.
You guys, Jesus fucking Christ! There's like shit going on right now that I don't.
We
get.
reached out our hands.
You both did. You both just
me and
made
him,
a curse upon me.
Here's the episode by episode PSA that I am indeed black.
Yes.
Jack was also black.
No.
And we reached our hands out, and Noah was instantly afraid.
Yeah.
Now,
Jack,
what do we think about this?
Yeah, let's put up a picture of Jack right now. There he is.
Let's do it.
It's gonna be the pic of Okonkwo.
Who?
Y'all remember Okonkwo?
Okonkwo.
I don't
know
what I know about Okonkwo.
Go ahead.
Come on,
Jamie, pull up Okonkwo.
Hold on, Jamie. We're bringing Okonkwo in here.
Look up Okonkwo yams.
Actually, Okonkwo is here right now.
Bro, we better start running because that motherfucker
will
kill you.
Fuck? Okonkwo yams?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Holy There's shit. One image of this man. I don't understand.
Oh my god, dude.
Could you explain this to me?
Hold on, I need to see it. Hold on.
Hard worker, respect shit.
You said yams?
Yeah. Like the yams?
Are you?
So it's from a book. It's a guy from a book. Things Fall Apart.
Okay.
It's this guy.
I think I've heard of that book.
Let's put
actually.
up that picture because I look like that.
Okay.
Is that like a book people read in school or something?
Yeah.
No.
I read that my senior year of high school.
I got you. Hey, what's your favorite book you had to read?
That's a good one. My favorite book was probably of Mice and Men. That's pretty
Mice and Men's
good.
great. Guess who spoiled a Mice and Men for me?
Your dog.
You hold on.
Shit.
Me?
Yes.
It's your fault for not knowing, I think.
That's not true.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I knew. What
Yeah,
happened.
You knew?
I thought we were all born knowing. You know what? Here.
I thought we were born knowing.
Anyways,
like
I will see. I'll apologize. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I had it spoiled for me, and I was mad about it. And I think I needed.
It's your fault for not knowing.
I needed
Mice
someone
and
to
Men
take it
sang
out.
That Float On song, right?
Yeah.
No, you're thinking of Eminem.
Every time you post about Modest Mouse, I want to listen to Modest Mouse, and I don't listen to them.
It's all right.
They're all right.
They're pretty cool. They got me through high school, but they aren't too much of my vibe anymore.
Yeah,
I get that.
I'm the same way about like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, my God. I saw a tweet. I want to know what you think about this tweet. I know I've asked him.
On the podcast that was scrapped.
I'm not on Twitter.
Scrapped? The one that was scrapped, yeah. I'm going to go get a water bottle.
Was Chance the Rapper ever good, or were we just 15 years old?
Thank you. What?
Was Chance the Raptor ever good?
See, I didn't.
Or were we just 15 years old? I'll take a water. Fuck yeah, dude.
I really didn't listen to rap until Brockhampton.
Yeah?
Brockhampton's the shit.
Yeah.
Brockhampton's really fucking good.
And then that's how I got into Tyler. And that's about it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I listened to fucking...
that's your wheelhouse.
Run the Jewels was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's the other one?
I haven't even listened to Run the Jewels, man.
Death Grips is not really, that's not.
Oh, yeah? Not your scene? Not your thing?
I don't know how much...
No, Death Grips is my thing.
Oh, I got you. Oh, you're saying it's not quite in the genre of hip-hop. Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
It's Death Grips.
It's like, is Talking Heads rock music? Like, what the fuck is that?
So technically, you're going to get me started on my fucking genre nerd bullshit. Talking Heads is like...
I'd love to hear your genre nerd bullshit, dude. You know how much time you know how many times you have had to listen to me talk about Star Wars for 45 seconds at a time on this goddamn podcast?
Yes.
My grandpa liked the Talking Heads.
Come on now. Really?
Dude, I love the Talking Heads. They're great.
Cool. Talking Heads is the best, dude.
I have only really listened to Once in a Lifetime because I'm afraid I won't like them.
Listen to
I get that.
Fucking
the album.
This must be the place.
Okay.
Fear of Music, dude.
So I recently realized how much I like the song Just What I Needed by the Cars.
Oh, that's great.
Just What I Need.
Yeah, great fucking song.
I played that on a fucking gig once.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking great.
I listened to the album that it's on, and I just realized how much I really did not like that genre of 80s music.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like...
What would you call that? Like,
there's
it's
a
like
name
80s
for it.
synth pop, something
yeah,
like that.
it's supposed to be...
rock.
That album by the Cars is supposed to be like the seminal album.
This nigga just
from
pulled
that.
up the Tulsa Race Massacre on his
We
computer.
were already fucking talking about it, dipshit. Jesus Christ, dude.
Most of the synth pop artists of the 70s were born in the Tulsa Race Massacre.
That's right. That's true.
it's like what's that fucking place in California where they're all from?
Hollywood.
New wave pop. Yeah, Hollywood. We're all
Hollywood, baby.
Oh, fuck.
Listen here.
Dick and balls, Spider-Man.
Whose dick you gotta suck to suck a dick around?
I've heard of suck a dick, but this is ridiculous.
I got no dick around here.
There's no fucking dick. Where's the dick at, man?
Who are these people?
Who are these people with their dicks out? You got dick, you got no dick. What do you want from me? You got women with dicks around here. What do you want?
Come on.
I couldn't tell if we were being transphobic or not.
I don't think we were being transphobic.
I mean, the characters. I don't think we were being transphobic.
I think they were just being ignorant.
I think they just don't know about those women, and they want to know.
Yeah, they're curious.
I saw someone from high school in Target the other day. And I said, I know that guy. We went to high school together, and he walked by us. And I said to Rose, he didn't look as gay the last time I saw him.
Oh my god!
Fucking Christ!
And I went on to say this was not derogative or pejorative. I was saying that's good for him. He's gay.
I'm happy for he's out now.
Yeah, I'm sure people say that about me.
I am surprised sometimes at.
I looked gayer in high school. Actually,
there were a lot of people who. Like, especially that I went to elementary school with, that, you could tell that they always knew and they weren't really about it. They were not happy and had not come to terms with being gay.
They're dealing with their own shit.
Maybe me being one of them.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those motherfuckers would, hyper masculine ass dudes. Everyone I went to elementary school with that is gay now would, fight people all the time about it. Mm-hmm.
I witnessed that in middle school. Even there was this boy. He would call me butt munch all the time. He was mad at me all the time. And he would try to fight me. And at the last day of school, he said, "I just got to tell you, I'm gay.
I'm gay. I want you to know about it.
I'm gay,
and I'm sorry for everything I've done."
And he didn't say that, or he just told me and kind of waited for me to react. I was like, "Nah,
I'm fucking gay."
He kind of did say it like that. And we had an adversarial relationship. I was like, "Oh, he's going to say something mean or mad at me,"
and he's just trusting one of his biggest secrets.
He said, "By the way, you were gay. You just misheard him."
I was projecting.
Did you ever collectively decide that someone you went to school with was gay when you were maybe
a lot of people did that about me?
Really?
Oh yeah.
There was this girl that was
thought I was gay.
Known
for atheist.
And we thought she was gay.
You triggered my gaydar a little bit, and maybe it was just because you were an attractive guy that I talked to sometimes.
I'm really hot.
And
just for the podcast listeners, I'm really sexy.
Here's a photo of him.
Picture anyone.
Put the Okonkwo picture back there.
Put that back up on there.
That's
we work for the CIA.
I told you guys before.
That's such a great callback.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Oh wow, inside jokes that were.
He's better at this than you are.
You think so?
I try.
Actually, I was planning a bit.
I've never been on a podcast before, so you better.
Yeah,
you're catching up.
You're doing great.
You've listened to more than I have, I think.
Yeah,
I don't really know how to I carry this on the way I would just carry on a conversation as though I'm not. Yeah. I don't have a microphone in front of me.
Yeah, but the thing is, you didn't do this at all during our previous conversation.
You're right. You know what?
He goes into a mode. I can't even really put my finger on exactly what different he's doing.
You also go into a mode.
Oh, I'm certain I'm going.
You say
mode.
We.
Yeah.
You go. How do we feel about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we thinking?
I like to read the room. I like to see how everybody's feeling. See this. Honestly, I love having a guest on the podcast. Like the time we had Lawson. This nigga.
Because we actually have a room to read now.
We got a room to read. Exactly. Yeah. Sorry.
Okonkwo. Jamie.
Etika.
What happened to that guy?
I think
I don't know.
Oh man.
We'll never know what happened.
I don't want to
truly understand.
He had to go back to his home planet.
Let's move on. Jesus. What is that supposed to be?
It was a Simpsons reference.
Is it?
Yeah, you know the dog.
Etika was on The Simpsons?
Oh, you haven't seen that one?
Oh.
Have you seen fucking Bart? They got the same haircut.
No, Bart is white.
Is he? You see, this is the thing, right, about The Simpsons.
No, he's yellow.
Well, there's no white people in The Simpsons.
Yeah, they're all yellow and brown, dumbass.
Well, originally they were yellow and purple. In the pilot, and in some very early episodes, background characters are purple.
If they would still be purple,
right?
If they would still be purple, then Apu would still be on the show. They would.
I think so.
Oh shit!
I think so. But what color would Apu be? Because he's not black. And in the pilot, they only had black people, and they had the yellow people.
What's in between yellow and purple?
A little bit of green.
Yeah, he would be that color.
You invented green. That's your joke.
Yeah. I know. I was just saying.
I want to tell you
the idea that Apu would be green.
I just want to say
Apu would be green. What?
One time on the podcast, y'all were talking about how you wanted your name in high school to be precarious, and that was the funniest shit I ever heard.
You came up with that, I think, in AP Lit. Like we had been.
I believe something. I did. Yeah.
I wanted to mention.
I'm pretty sure we were reading Hamlet.
Yeah. You asked
because there's already some black ass names in Hamlet.
There are, like
because of the way slavery.
Yo, I know a white guy named Jacoby.
Yeah, I love the fuck that like Jacoby.
the first time I fucking heard about a white guy named Marcus, I don't know why it was like weird to me.
Cosmonaut Marcus?
No. You had asked earlier what
Marcus Filter?
What Jack's favorite movie or book that he was forced to read was, and I never read any of the ones we were forced to read.
Never,
like no, I never even read.
I read them if I liked them, like Frankenstein. I read Frankenstein.
Yeah, but like I wish I had read Cold Mountain because that book seems so good.
Cold Mountain's definitely a very good book, and I just didn't want to read it.
Yeah, I didn't want to read it at all.
Were you in the same class that we were when Jack rapper man said sidebar. Yeah.
So,
okay.
So we'll tell some stories about Miss Knowles, I think, because that woman,
her name?
Miss Knowles, yeah, she had an elephant tattoo on her back
that
had the number 22 inscribed on it, and if you asked her what it meant, she'd tell you she didn't have a tattoo back there.
Whoa.
She wore like a spaghetti strap dress once, and I was like, Miss Knowles, what's with that tattoo? What does that mean? And she's like, what? And I was like, there's an elephant tattoo on your back. She goes, no, there is not.
Is it possible somebody snuck up on her?
Tattoo? You know what? I don't think I would notice if someone gave me a tattoo.
Dude, I remember
I'm
one
so
time.
tough. I don't even feel it.
You are tough, bro. You're strong as fuck, dude.
I'm strong. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness.
I would never do that. You've beaten me in fights before.
One time, Miss
I don't think
Knowles
that's true.
was eating popcorn.
And she opened it up and dumped the whole fucking thing on her desk.
She dumped the whole fucking thing on her desk, and I remember looking up, and like her belly was hanging out of her fucking shirt, dude, while she was eating.
She was chilling, man.
She was like
vibing.
She was down low in the seat.
Yeah, just eating pop. Like I remember that she ripped it open, dumped it out directly on her desk, greasy ass, salty ass popcorn, just right there. With the little kernels, just eating it off, just fucking chilling, man.
The kernel.
There was so the one time to expand the sidebar thing is she was getting very mad that we were a little too rowdy one day, and everyone had been.
This is when we were reading 12 Angry Men.
Everyone had been kind of annoying, and she was teaching at the desk or at the board, and she was like, "If I hear one more sidebar conversation, you're going to the office." And Jack raises his hand, not this Jack, a different Jack.
Other Jack.
And he
There's
goes,
like 3 Jacks.
Yeah, there were 3 Jacks in that class.
Yeah.
There were.
Wow, in the class alone.
There were 3 Jacks and 2 Noahs in that class.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Jack goes, "What's a sidebar?" Asking so earnestly.
Really, in his heart, he was wondering.
She sent him to the office, and he got in-school suspension about it.
Damn.
He was so fucking mad. I remember I never laughed that hard. He had posted on Instagram that night the definition of the word sidebar, just captioned with the more you know.
I remember when I was laughing. Do you remember when I said D's nuts?
That was the next thing I was going to bring up. Is the bell had rang the second you said it, and she walked in. She goes, "What?" She goes, "Sit down." Because you were the only person standing in class. I remember exactly where I was sitting. And a little shit-eating grin on your face. You had stood up.
I remember I did that.
You
pointed? You did the move?
He pointed. He was standing up.
Hand out?
And he
I swallowed the microphone.
Everybody was sitting down and he looks around the room like as though to get everybody's attention. And he looks around the room and he does the point with the voice. I swear to God, he goes, "They's nuts." The second that woman walked into the fucking classroom.
Do you remember when there was like a fucking chemical war happening in the bathroom and we had to go outside?
They were shitting in the drains at the same time.
God damn, man.
Okay, hold on. They would shit in paper towels and then put it in the drains under the urinals and catch it on fire and run.
What the fuck?
And we had to evacuate like 3.
I remember I was outside when that happened, and I was like, "The school." I took a vine. Because this was still when vine was happening.
Wow, yeah.
I said, "The whole school on fire, but this motherfucker over here is still grilling." And Miss Knowles, because there was a dude outside the band room just fucking hanging out some shit on this fucking grill.
That was when I asked her about her tattoo. That was the day I asked her about her tattoo. I remember because we were outside.
She heard me say "motherfucker" and got real mad at me.
Yeah, God, that woman was so.
If people are lighting their shits on fire in the bathroom, it's time to stop getting mad at people saying "motherfucker."
Yeah, we've got other shit to worry about, man.
We got bigger shits to fry.
I honestly think they were like smoking cigarettes in there or something. They needed something that smelled worse to mask it.
I know plenty of people that would smoke cigarettes in the anti-camp bathroom.
Yeah, I have a picture on my phone of in our high school there was a toilet stuffed to the brim with toilet paper and shit, and laid right across it was a cigarette that had one puff taken on it, and then just placed in the toilet like perpendicular to everything else in there, just like a little resting place for it.
One time at my high school, I found a condom full of piss in my bathroom.
Oh wow, like a water balloon, but fun.
Yeah, it was amazing. For a drug test.
Oh
thing.
wow!
So you could poke it and get clean.
Why in a condom?
I don't know, but
I feel like
the person that was supposed to
anything
get
else
it never got it because
yeah.
we fucking.
Imagine that falls out of your pants leg or some shit while you're taking a piss. That's not mine, man. What the fuck?
I fucking kicked that shit around the bathroom.
Hell yeah, I
My
would
friend
too.
John, who is a giant black man who hates black people. Anyways,
oh, that's fun.
he's also a jujitsu man.
Oh fuck,
He's like as tall as me and twice as wide. Anyways,
Wow.
holy shit! You're telling me that a living refrigerator is out here trying to kill people?
yes,
I am the real Freezer Thompson.
He will admit to you that he hates black people.
I knew a kid like that.
Uncle Ben's fridge.
Phil?
I knew a kid like that. He called himself Monster.
No, he
I
didn't.
swear to God.
No, he didn't.
I'll tell you all about it. I
Is that
promise.
mulatto you hit with that pool noodle that one time?
What the fuck are you talking? You talking about Howdy?
I'm
Did
thinking
you
about
just
how
say
you
a
sorry.
fucking slur?
Yeah, but it's okay because I'm one of those.
It applies.
What
to you.
even is it? I don't even know what it was.
A mulatto is a.
Oh, it's the Italian word.
No, that's Moulignon.
Yeah, that's Moulignon. Then there's mestizo. and
Can I
there's
say
mulatto.
Moulignon?
I have no idea, but I also said it.
Moulignon
so
is my
we're
favorite.
either both going down or we're not going
Okay.
down at all.
Yeah.
I know it from The Sopranos.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of people who like to give shit to children would hear our stories about high school and middle school, right? And be saying, this is proof that this generation is full of degenerates, right? But this is what happens when by
They're
armed
right.
force, this is what happens by armed force, you're forcing a bunch of children to do labor for no reason and be in the same place for just way too long.
School is it's great. I think
It's
you
good.
get to
The idea
socialize
of
and
free
learn.
education is fantastic.
But
and it's good
holy
for your
shit.
socialization.
But it's bad.
It's a fucking
It is a
clusterfuck.
nightmare. It is a nightmare, and it's underfunded and somehow overfunded,
And
I
it's
don't know how
still
they manage that.
segregated.
Yeah, and it's very segregated.
Yeah,
Dear God, is it segregated?
I don't think I had ever been in an AP class that was like less than 75% white.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
me
sure.
neither.
And-
Me neither.
Yeah.
Almost all my AP classes, I was one of two black people.
I literally just did a report on this, but
Oh yeah.
there's like in predominantly white school, well, in like half black, half white schools, it's like none of the black kids do arts things. They don't do band, they don't do art class, theater, or any of that. It's all just white kids. It's weird. It's fucking crazy.
What were your findings? Did you look into the reasons why?
I was doing a research project on something else, but I discovered that piece of information.
Well, that was incidental information.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's great. That's great information to have. Anyway, I just think that it's kind of the people that put all those kids in that building's fault.
Yeah,
there was shit on
they've
fire.
They're
there was
complicit at
people.
least.
Oh yeah.
And their solution is police.
Their solution is literally, what if there was a guy with a gun? Too?
Yeah. So the SRO at our high school was a man we called RoboCop.
Oh my God, he looked just like RoboCop.
He was 8 feet
Fireball.
tall.
No, never mind.
8 feet
not
tall.
him.
Yeah, he's not a cop. Never mind.
Bald as fuck.
Yeah.
Bald as shit. Looked. When someone in a book describes a character as severe, he
was a severe ass motherfucker.
He had a severe face.
Okay.
He did not speak. He did not laugh, and he did not show.
One time I made
emotion.
him laugh.
I am surprised.
One time I made him. Do you remember?
Well, I don't
why?
believe
Do
you.
remember
Tell
why?
me about it.
It was the chewed up meat incident.
Did you ask him about the chewed up meat?
No, I was going, what do I get for the chewed up meat? What do I get for the chewed up meat? What do I get for the chewed up meat? And then he was laughing over there.
Oh.
Laughing his ass off at me.
Do you remember that time we gave that kid a seizure?
Yeah. I do. We didn't know.
We didn't know. It was an accident.
There was no way we
And
could have known that would
apologized
happen.
to his face.
We literally said
spoke
to him, like, as soon as we knew, we apologized. But yeah, we did give a kid a seizure one time.
Hell yeah.
So we used to do
It
this
was
thing.
senior year?
Yeah, we used to do this thing in senior year.
You
where
just
we
would shine lights in people's faces.
No.
And then we would get around and we'd go, nightmare.
We would look at people, lift our arms directly above our heads and go, hey!
One time, this accidentally incentivized, sort of incited what the principals at the time would call an incident.
An incident. It was a bit of an incident.
They were severely worried.
Yeah.
They were very mad. They didn't know that we had started it. They already didn't like us at that point.
They did not. They were not fond of it.
They were not fond of us.
This was after we had been suspended.
Yeah, suspended only once. I forgot. For some reason, in my head, it was twice.
No,
I think it was because we were both suspended.
We got both suspended for one day simultaneously.
Because they were like, we don't want to do anything about it.
Yeah, this is going to get worse.
We were like, hey, this is bad. And they were like, yeah, we're not doing anything.
Yeah, that's bad. We'll get into that later.
Go away for a day and we'll see what happens then.
You might remember the kid this involves, but I'm not going to bring him up on the podcast.
Yeah, we can't bring.
'cause
He's changed.
He deserves to live his life.
He's changed.
Yeah.
He's a better man.
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, that fucking stinky, greasy ass motherfucker.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
He was hanging out with
We went to
Hideo.
school with him.
He was hanging out with fucking Hideo, Kojima.
Yeah.
I hate that nigga, dude.
You know that guy killed
thought
the
it was
former Prime
Hideo.
Minister of Japan?
That's what I heard.
That is fucking insane.
Bro, did y'all see the pictures of the gun that was used?
That he made?
The DIY ass.
And
I
then
did
the
not see
backup
it.
one
I
that
haven't
was
seen
even
it.
crazier.
What the fuck?
That
There was a
fucker had
backup gun.
quad barrels and shit like
Yeah,
that.
there was
Show it
one
to me,
that
show
had
it
like
to me,
12
show it to me.
barrels.
Yeah, dude. They were like sticking out in all different directions.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Is he trying to shoot all of Weezer at the same time?
it takes like 3
It's like
years
if Elmer
to.
Fudd tried to kill the Beatles.
It takes like 3 years to get a gun in Japan.
So he built one.
He was like, fuck
I
it.
knew he built it. I haven't seen it, though.
And you know what?
Heard
This is
about
why
it.
we shouldn't ban them.
Hmm?
This is why we shouldn't ban them because people are going to build them anyways. And kill the former prime minister of Japan.
I remember that being an argument when 3D printers were getting popular. Like, what if I 3D print a gun? What then? It's like, how would you do that?
People do it.
I've seen
like,
people do it, but don't they explode if you fire them?
It takes work, and also you could die about it. Like, it is kind of just like an IED.
I did buy
that
on
makes sense.
eBay, so there's a good chance it was inside of somebody at one point.
I love when they're inside of somebody.
I love buying from eBay. I feel like people aren't as into buying from eBay anymore. Is
Yeah,
that
they
weird
are.
of me? No one likes to buy from eBay.
I buy from eBay all the time.
I love.
I
eBay,
bought that
dude.
off of eBay. That's the first eBay purchase I've ever made.
So
As like someone who likes to get weird old shit,
Mhm.
eBay is the best way to do
yeah,
it, man.
being a console repair, like fucking whatever dork loser, it is the best place to buy
You're
shitty
really cool.
replacement
You're a really
parts.
cool guy.
Can you
Thank you for
solder
that.
now?
Yes.
Okay.
He can
I have
solder.
a project for you.
Is it your Xbox?
It's my Infatuations Xbox. But yes.
Infatuations?
The woman I'm infatuated with, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to cut that out?
The one you pine
No.
after.
Okay.
The one you long for.
Do you think she listens to this podcast?
She will. I mean, we're in a good place.
Cool. That's awesome. Tell her I say hello.
Yeah.
I would like to meet her.
Hey Shelby,
Hi.
Noah says hello.
Hey.
Hi.
So I can kind of look at it. See, the thing
Both
is with those is that it's like very damn near micro soldering, and I do not have that kind of equipment.
Right.
That's like a very like you need to send that shit.
I
to
don't
Xbox.
either, but I'll try to do it.
You can fucking try.
Yeah.
You're better than me about that.
About what?
Soldering things.
That's not true.
Yeah,
I can't.
I've
solder.
seen you do
He's
it.
lying.
I've seen you do it.
I'd probably be good at it.
Okay, I'm gonna bring you it tomorrow, and then you're gonna have it to me by the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Badass. Yeah, and I owe you $600. If
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
I promised you guys a story before the podcast.
Oh yeah, give
that
us a
I had to
story.
tell.
Oh.
You're ripping us off over here.
So
You're pulling my
Earlier-
dick over here.
earlier tonight, you guys saw a cat that lives under my house.
What's
Yeah.
his name? Little Britches.
Her name is Little Lady.
Little lady.
She lives under there with her 4 kittens. We've been taking care of and feeding her for 3 or so months now.
You told me. of her
Very good
before.
cat.
Uh-huh.
Well, not too long ago, our dog, the one that's been whining in the background of this podcast all episode,
Mhm.
decided that she was going to break down the door to our crawl space under the house, crawl under there, and just go bark at the cat for a long time and her kittens. And
Hilarious.
she was in a real tight spot
Oh yeah.
down under the house that we could not crawl and get to. And there's a little hole down in the side of the house that we can get into. But the cat was on one side of the hole, and the kittens that she had were on the other.
Oh fuck.
So I reached my
Are
hand
you
through
trolley
this hole.
probleming right now?
Oh yeah, for sure. No. I reached my hand through this hole, and I think the cat thinks I'm trying to get between her and her babies. I'm just trying to remove the dog that's barking while I'm trying to cook quesadillas and
She
having a
doesn't.
bad time.
She's dumb. She's just a little cat.
And she hisses at me. She always hisses. She's like very
I
protective.
saw her hiss earlier.
She hisses, but she'll let you pet her. I think it's just like, hey, you can pet me, don't bring me in, don't pick me up, don't touch
Mhm.
my babies kind of thing. And so I didn't think anything of it. She hissed.
I respect that.
And I guess at that point she realized she had given me fair warning because she bit the fuck out of me.
Damn.
Oh,
This
man.
cat bit I've never been bitten that hard by an animal
Where?
in my life.
Oh yeah.
Right here on my hand.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
shit.
I'll put a picture of it if I can remember. I'll take one right now.
Whoa.
So I don't
Gnarly
tend.
wound.
I'm gonna put it right next to Barry.
Good.
I don't tend to have like
We'll already have seen Barry in the podcast, right?
absolutely.
We're gonna get a pic of Barry. Good.
I don't tend to have hypochondrial reactions to things like that.
Well, that's not necessarily true. In high school, you told me that before you go to the doctor, you decide whatever you have is cancer.
Just so it's easier when they tell me.
Exactly. I would argue that's a
That-
little bit hypochondrial.
No, because I don't worry
think
that,
is,
I
but
don't
think
worry
that's
that I
cool.
have
think it's funny.
cancer.
it's a good strategy.
I'm not sitting there thinking, "Oh my god, I have cancer." I just go in and I'm like, "If this is cancer, I can take it."
Oh,
you know?
okay. Well, then I very drastically misinterpreted
Yeah.
what you were meaning there.
But I do, in terms of health and diseases and shit like that. I have 3 biggest fears, 2 of which involve my home and it not being my home anymore, and the third one is rabies.
Yeah.
Rabies is scary as shit.
Do you guys know very much about rabies?
I know that if a person gets rabies, then it's not good.
So the way rabies works is that it's a disease that attacks your nervous system, and it causes you to the fucking mic fell. It causes you to convulse and salivate.
I think he might have.
It causes you to be unable to swallow, and it gives you hydrophobia. It makes you afraid of drinking and being around water.
Yes.
Until eventually you die of dehydration.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What is that? Like, how do? Okay. Like,
it's your nervous system.
Man.
It gets
I'm a scientific man.
It's a nervous system disease. Yeah. No, it's a fucking demon.
That's a demon. You go mad and fear water until you starve yourself to death.
Yes.
Like that's so scary.
No individual, no human being on the face of the planet has ever survived rabies.
Damn.
I feel like we need to be talking about rabies.
Well, so rabies vaccines are big. I mean, like if you get bit and you go and get a shot, then you're good.
Yeah. So that's the thing is that rabies takes about 3 or so weeks to 6 months to metabolize in your system and show symptoms. Anytime before you show symptoms, if you get vaccinated, you are straight. You're good. You'll make it. But the second
you'll probably know if you have rabies,
Yeah, but the second you show symptoms, it is over with. If you just get a little bit of stiffness in your neck, it's too late. And
man, I had a stiff neck for like the past 6 months.
You good? You got rabies?
You were convulsing earlier.
You were, yeah. You kept calling me slurs and spitting.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird.
And you declined
That's
water.
Called conversing, not conversing.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
English I always get those language. Confused.
But rightfully so, I was fucking terrified that this cat bit me.
Because she could totally have rabies.
She could totally have rabies.
She has rabies.
Yeah. So I went to urgent care about it. And like it was a whole ordeal because the fucking dog was being such an ass. Like we could not get to her. And the cat was just fucking biting people and just making it worse. Instead of running away so the dog would become disinterested, she would engage the dog.
Engage the dog.
I'm like, I should go to the doctor about this bite. But like my dinner has been interrupted and my dog is being an asshole. So I'm just going to go run some errands and go to bed. I went to the doctor the next day.
I understand your worldview at this point.
And I show up to urgent care and they're like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, I got bit by a cat. And they're like, is it your cat? And I was like, kind of, but no. And they were like, okay. So they sit me down. They come in and they're like, we're going to give you a tetanus shot and a round of antibiotics. Biggest fucking horse pills I've ever taken in my whole goddamn life.
Damn.
So I've got a tetanus shot running through me right now. And I asked the lady, I'm like, do I need to worry about rabies?
Good question.
And she goes, nah.
No, that's it?
Yeah. I was like...
I've literally never heard of a cat with rabies.
So that's one thing is she was like, we don't see cats with rabies very often. Moira. Anyways. I'm cutting that out.
How'd you know my mom's name?
That's not your mom's name. Your mom's name is
the
Diane.
ending to Batman v Superman.
You're absolutely goddamn right.
And anyways, Jack and Diane.
Diane's my favorite song by the Police.
John Cougar Mellencamp wrote a song.
Diane was my favorite member of the Friends.
No, that was
Ross.
That was me.
Oh.
I don't know what that was.
Oh. You took damage.
And she gives me all these reassuring things about like we don't see cats with rabies. And I asked the lady, I'm like, here's my logic. Because I did some Googling about it because I was so fucking terrified.
Yeah.
A cat can give rabies up to 1 week before they show symptoms. And it's at least 3 weeks for a human to show symptoms.
So you're going to test that cat.
So I'm just going to wash that cat for a week.
Yeah.
And if she starts being afraid of water, then I will go get a rabies shot. And if she's not, then I won't. She was like, yeah, that sounds good enough.
And I was like, what an excellent deduction.
Yeah.
Noah, I'm proud
Thank
of
you. I do really pride myself in how smart and genius I am.
I think you should. You're a very intelligent individual.
Thank you.
One of the first things I ever learned about you.
Really?
It's one of the most. Obviously, it's not the predominant reason I care about you or anything, but it's one of the most apparent things about you.
Noah would give me high fives before I even knew who he was.
You just looked like a cool guy, and I wanted
was
to
like,
be a friend.
who the hell is this?
See, the thing is, all my best friends from my elementary school went to the other junior high.
Yeah,
and so I had to make all new friends.
Yeah, you had to kind of restart.
100% new friends.
Yeah.
And I was just, kind of seeking them out. And you were on that list.
Yeah.
I was like, that guy looks cool. And he
I
plays football.
I was
I was like, this guy.
Did you know that Lawson thought that I hated him for like ever?
Lawson tends to think people hate him.
Lawson assumes that about a lot of people, and I think he needs to see a therapist about it.
I think Lawson's kind of a little nutty.
Yeah.
I don't really like Lawson.
Hey, let's not say that. I love Lawson.
I
don't
want to
love you. What if he paused right after and he never knows? And now he's dead.
How about we text him right now and be like, Lawson, just so you know, we love you.
We told him tonight that he was hot and we loved him.
He has an epic mullet right now. I wish my mullet looked like that, but it doesn't.
You could have it all if you try.
Rolling in the deep.
But anyways, so I went home and I was like, I trust this nurse and I trust my own logic, but I just looked into rabies a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
The United States reports 1 to 3 rabies cases a year in humans, period, and has not reported a case of rabies in cats to humans in 40.
40?
Yeah.
Minutes.
So,
40.
In 1 to 6 months, either we're all going to find out I was fine, or I have an exceptionally rare case of death by cat rabies.
Yo, what a hell of a way to go out.
That'd be remarkable, I have to admit.
You could be in Ripley's Believe It or Not.
I could, dead. And so rabies spreads
and I'll
by
be able to see you.
Saliva, and so my wife would have rabies and die, and the cat we've been taking care of.
You've been kissing me all this time.
Yeah, we've been fucking macking on each other, dude. And it's been a really good time, and I probably should have told you before.
Macking.
But I made that joke earlier about I had been macking on Mac,
That's hilarious.
That was very funny.
It's a good one. I would definitely make it.
Do you ever like get some cheese and be like mac and cheese?
Oh yeah, all the time.
And you know what my favorite part of that joke was? Was your excited breaths.
The little,
and then
I began to master those. Like I do them on purpose. I
fully thought you were gonna say I began to masturbate.
I began to masturbate right here, and that gave me enough clearance to really understand.
It brought me into focus. Oh my
hey,
God.
Quit that.
Hey,
nice.
it was already from eBay.
I meant to mention this.
It's been in my urethra.
Holding this, I remember it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember his fucked up little braid antenna because why didn't they just make these plastic like
That's
the rest
so weird. I guess because they'd break off.
I don't know. And
Since
the
when
one
does
that I had
McDonald's
was
give
missing
shit?
a wing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Only one because they're connected to each other.
Well, it was like broken. Yeah.
Okay. Broken. It was like broken off.
I found it in like my grandma's like box of shit she had.
I love grandma's.
It wasn't like
actual.
Actual
oh yeah,
shit.
they've got the best boxes of shit.
But like I reached in there and I found and my hand was covered in shit and then
and then Barry was in there and you
then you dreamed a dream
and it smelled so bad.
You washed off all that excrement and you found Barry.
You found him
and he saved you and that's why we worshipped him.
You saw something in the corner of your eye. You looked, it was gone. You looked again, it was Barry.
I crawled through 2 miles of sewage and found Barry on the other side.
Your grandma has a 2-mile-long box of sewage?
My grandma's a complicated
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
Where does she keep it? She have like an airplane runway?
No, she lived in Texas for a little bit.
Oh yeah, everything's
this joke is good, right?
Oh come on!
Does she have an airplane runway? What
That's
the fuck
funny.
is that? We need at least a second pass.
Hey,
that is bullshit.
You know what?
We're starting the podcast all the way over.
I'm sorry. I tried. You tell me if this joke is funny.
Okay.
I was trying to tell you about it earlier and then I forgot because we're stupid.
Well, that's not fair.
I was running cable through the ceiling at work earlier this week.
Running cable through your mom.
And basically the way you do that is you...
I'm sorry, I'm talking to my therapist about it.
Yeah. I was there.
We had a little bit of a group thing.
Every time I crawl in the rafters while you're in your therapy session.
No rafters.
There's rafters. What the fuck is a rafter? What is a rafter?
It's like the fucking things that hold up the ceiling.
Yeah, you ever been in like
that's a rafter
house? Like that's the rafters.
Okay, you can see the rafters in my attic.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought rafters were like air vents.
Rafters were running around on a little raft.
Rafters. I thought in Canada, right?
No, rafters are those things in Jurassic Park that kill that little ugly kid at the beginning.
That's Negroids.
Ugly.
Whoa.
What ugly kid?
That fucking ugly kid.
Yeah, which kid's ugly?
In Jurassic Park. What are you talking
at
about?
the very beginning when Sam Neill, yeah, he's got the little hook and he's like, "You're gonna fucking
it looks like a giant turkey." Yeah, that kid is ugly.
Yeah, that ugly little shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that at all. I haven't seen Jurassic Park in forever.
I'm gonna look up ugly kid from Jurassic Park and I bet it'll pop up.
Jurassic Park is fucking good.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
It holds up like crazy. It's
I watched the third one.
That one's awful.
Which one is that one?
That's
It's
the one
Lost
in the
World.
birdcage.
Isn't it just called 3?
No, The Lost World.
No, Lost World's 2.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
that's the one with
almost
Jeff Goldblum.
Okay.
Third one was all right. It had
that's Sam Neill, right?
yeah.
Oh my God! When you look up "Ugly Kid from Jurassic Park," he's right there. There he is.
No.
He dies.
No, but
No, he
but
doesn't.
Sam Neill takes the claw across
Yeah,
his
he's like,
stomach.
this would
Oh, okay. I remember
Which is
that.
fucked
I
up.
thought you were just saying that like the dude fucking
Nah.
got eaten. And I was like, I don't remember any children being eaten in Jurassic Park.
So we were running
I think
cable.
there's
at
children
work.
Do you remember
being
that
eaten in
movie
the newer
Simon
ones.
Birch?
No,
I did not
You
see
remember
that.
Son of the Mask?
Oh,
Yes,
don't
that was
talk
pretty
about
awful.
Son of the Mask, man.
I love Son of the Mask.
My dad rented me that.
Hello,
and
my
we've
baby.
never had a good relationship since.
Yeah, it really kind of ruined it for you guys, huh?
Yeah,
I know you've been talking about that in therapy. So
I mean,
heard
that's
that
how
from
it
the
starts.
doctors.
I appreciate that. That you should check on it.
I do want to know what's going on because I want to make sure you're not talking about me. You talk to your therapist about me?
Not really. I mean, you're not a problematic aspect of my life. He recently thought I wrote a tweet about him. I don't write tweets about particular individuals.
I thought I had been subtweeted.
Oh yeah, I promise you had not been subtweeted. I'm sorry that you thought this.
I
believe the tweet was watching someone be misled and then getting mad at them anyway.
I
Right?
genuinely thought that it was like something to do with us talking about the podcast. Like I think we had planned for the podcast and you couldn't do it or something. And like you were lying to me. And it wasn't even. It was like a passing thought. It was like an intrusive thought, if anything. It wasn't like
It was more of a result of anxiety.
fucking up our relationship or anything. I was just like, man, sorry.
Fuck, I didn't
Damn.
mean to- Yeah, I get that. I have a lot of thoughts like that where I'm just like, what if this is what is the deal?
Yeah.
I
And
feel
it's
like
obviously just not the deal.
Yeah.
It makes me anxious anyway.
what if this were the case?
What
What if this guy were
pool
fucking
was
my mom?
What if this guy's fucking my mom?
What if this pool was 100 feet deep, Jack?
What?
What if this pool was 100 feet deep, Jack?
I don't know what this reference.
I'm just asking.
We're being assholes. It's an
It is an inside joke.
It's an inside joke. I almost said in between joke.
It's an
So,
in-between joke.
This in-between joke inside us.
This pool is about 100 feet deep. You said.
What if this
Yeah,
pool was
yeah, yeah.
100
What
feet
if
deep?
it was? What if?
What if this pool was 100 feet deep?
Yeah.
So if the
What
pool
would
was
happen?
100 feet, so all the water that's at the top, right, would fall
Uh-huh.
down along with all the people that's in it, and they would probably perish.
But it was always full. It was full.
It was
of 100
always
feet.
full?
It was 100 feet deep of water, and then the people got in. So what would happen? What if?
It was already 100 feet deep
I
when the
assume
people got there.
It might be a drowning hazard unless they're like diving.
People can't drown while they're diving.
That's what.
Okay, well, that was deliberately uncharitable of you.
What?
That's fucking me.
He was supposed to keep it going.
We're
riffing!
disoriented on it.
We're riffing!
You fucking tripped him.
This guy's
You
been
sweeped
speaking
away.
in broken English
Were we
since
talking
he got
about a
here.
pool?
He's been fucking all over the fucking place since he got here.
Hey, can I tell you about something I did that was racist when I was 9 years old?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I was at the Smithsonian
That was
Museum.
that was a William Haynes sentence right there.
Yeah.
What?
The way you said that sounded like William Haynes.
You were a bit handsy.
You know, my first girlfriend had a crush on William Haynes, and I really
saw
milked
that.
that shit.
I also had a crush on William Haynes.
Yeah.
We've talked about this.
Strong man.
When me and Mac were early in our relationship, we played 20 questions, and they asked me,
Oh, yeah.
who do you have a crush on right now?
William
And
Haynes.
instead of replying that I had a crush on the person that I was talking to who I would marry in the
Honey
future,
After, yeah.
I said William Haynes from SourceFed and sent a photo.
Fuck yeah.
And this was like nerd ass.
Do you remember me tricking?
I want to hear your 9-year-old racist moment.
Oh yes, I will get to that. Thank you for reminding me.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember the time I tricked Cregan Kreikel Smith into thinking William Haynes was my cousin?
Who?
Cregan
Oh, yeah.
Kreikel's crib?
Yeah, but he didn't know who he was. He didn't know who he was.
no, he didn't know.
You just said William Haynes was my cousin.
No, I said, hey, do you think this is my cousin?
Yes.
He said yes.
Yeah, he
Which, if someone actually shows you a picture and they say, do you think this is my cousin? You know it's not their cousin.
Yeah.
no way.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
sure
that
as
guy's
fuck
having
you
an
do. Yeah.
I don't know. There might be an outlier.
There's
One
something
time-
up going on.
Man, before you get to your fucking racist story, I'm
Something
pissed about
fishy's
something.
going
Blee
on.
baba, blee baba.
There was this fucking kid that walked up to me in Waffle House once. I had known him for a long time. And it was
I
Jesus.
have a Waffle House story.
His name was Jesus. You know Jesus.
Oh, I do.
We had Coach Mackey's class with
Do
him.
I know Jesus?
No.
Okay.
Jesus walks up to me and he goes, do you have a cousin named Grace? And I was like, yeah. She lives a county over with childhood friends and shit like that. He goes, she's not your cousin. And I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? He goes, there's no way she could be
He
your
heard
cousin.
from somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was your cousin.
He goes, there's
Came up and asked you, and you said yes, and he was like,
No,
Ah.
I gotta be the first to tell you the blood results are back and you two are not cousins. But he just That's not what he said.
Oh, okay.
He just kept implying that like I was simply too uncool to be related to this person who was cool.
I see.
And it affects my image of my cousin Grace to this day.
Oh, damn.
I'm like, sucks. I still think people wouldn't believe that we were related because she's so much cooler.
Oh, well, it's good that you don't look at her and you're like, you think you're good.
No. Like, she is cooler than me, objectively. And
I don't know about that.
You don't know her.
I don't know
you're
her.
Really cool, though, man.
But yeah, I know you're cool.
You know what? You're right. Yeah, fuck Grace, dude.
Mac was talking about how we weren't that cool. I think we were actually a little bit cool.
I think we're cool. I think the three of us would be the coolest people in a room at any given time.
Do you guys think that I'm built like I have like a binder on?
Have you been told this?
Who told you that?
I think
no. Who told you that?
Nobody.
Hey, they're not going to listen to this. You can tell me.
Yeah,
my dad.
No. I know you and your brother have had rocky history.
No, it wasn't my brother. I swear. Shit.
Even after all he did to you?
I was looking in the mirror. I was looking in the mirror with a shirt on, and I was like, I look like I'm wearing. Like I love all my female to male brothers out there. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Plenty of friends.
No shade to them at all.
But I look like I'm wearing a binder and I have huge breasts.
I don't.
So is it right now the way the shirt is fitting on you?
It's most shirts.
Do you think this is the case? I'm not really.
I don't.
Seeing it?
I honestly think that you look strong.
Hold on, let me do a 360.
Yeah, let's get this in slow.
You're rotating and I'm rotating, which is good.
Hey.
Hey, Jamie number 3, we've got a question for you.
J3.
Am I J3?
Yeah, yes. You're J3. J3, the man sitting in front of you.
Hello.
He's under the impression that he looks as though he is an individual with breasts wearing a binder based on his body shape.
Would you stand up?
I thought that's what you wanted him to do.
4 times.
I would say no.
I guess I have body dysmorphia.
So I'm looking at you, and I am realizing that we have a similar body shape, and it fucks me up too, because as you know, my spine is shaped like a pirate hook.
So that's funny, because I used to make... Here.
You did used to make
fun of me. I used to make fun of you all the time, and now I kind of have a fucked up spine.
You were the first person to call me Igor, fun fact.
Whoa.
I will never forget about that.
I said that
Hey, can we talk about 912?
We'll talk about 912. We'll get to 912.
Let's talk about 912. Oh, shit. Wait, I have to get racist.
Yeah. What? First,
hold on now.
This was more important than your racism story. Sorry.
Oh,
my binder.
I did a 360. I can see it. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, like
I wouldn't look at you and be like, "Oh, you have a binder on."
Abnormally broad in my chest.
I'm gonna give you my perspective on this. I think we have a similar body type that you might not be able to see because of my spine. And I've recently been taking action to try to work out the big fucking hump in my spine. And it's very fun and cool. And I am 6'1", and you don't know it because my spine is compressed so badly. It's awful. But on days where I've really worked it out and I'm standing as straight as I can, my chest sticks out so far.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's going on with you, is that your chest is just kind of sticking out in like a way that it looks like you are ripped, but you're not.
Wait, my chest does that.
But okay, so
but that's because I'm
gonna demonstrate this at this point, and there's a picture of it. So this is how I normally stand with my slightly bent back. But when I stand straight up,
that's the deal.
You see that?
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
I get it.
I can see kind of a binder thing going on here.
I think that it might just be
body dysmorphia.
A slightly overweight guy with good posture.
Well, the thing is, I don't have good posture.
Well,
I fuck up my lower back and I fuck up right here.
It was more noticeable when you stood up straight, though.
Yeah.
That's when I saw it.
I guess.
That's where we're at. I see.
Do you see now?
I see now.
Tell us about your racism
story. I can see clearly now
the game is
gone. The joke I would always hear from my mom's dad was that, his wife's name's Lorraine.
Oh!
I can see clearly
now.
Lorraine!
Oh, I get it, because he hated her. And
he hates his wife. It is normal and good
to hate your wife.
Elvis hated his wife. He would make her feed him bacon bits.
Everybody hates their wife.
This is a commentary on the state of elderly middle-aged white men
and misogyny
in the United
Wives,
States.
Who needs them?
And in no way reflects the feelings of my own. Law Dispute has a really good song about it.
Oh, really?
So I'm actually part of the alt-right.
What? Hassan?
What?
Okay, what did you hear?
I heard, is Hassan actually a part of the alt-right?
Here's what I heard. Is that
I did not say Hassan.
That's the part that you deny. I thought you just said that you were in the alt-right. Is this what you said?
I said I'm part of the alt-right.
Oh,
I'm not.
Cool.
I am not.
Okay, well, now you've said it enough times for me to think you are.
You sound a little,
He doth protest too much.
You're kind of... it sounds like you're convincing yourself you're not part of the alt-right.
Ben Shapiro sucks, man.
You know what? I have a gift for you.
That's crazy because I saw he was your lock screen when you came in here.
That was another William Haynes song.
And he had his over jacket off.
His over jacket? I used to over jacket back in middle school.
Oh, I was over jacking it for sure.
Oh, elementary school.
They weren't. Yeah. Oh, my God. Yes. I remember... My mom already doesn't listen to this podcast. I told her not to, so it doesn't matter. Well, I pretended to.
I don't tell my parents anything.
I pretended to cum my pants in the middle of my Bible class when I was 12 years old, and I did this because.
Tell me more about that.
Jack, you spoke of before.
Wait, did you go to Methodist? Mm-hmm. I went there for like a little bit. I don't know.
Wait, what?
I went there for like a little bit.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Anyways,
you
went there for a little bit. You played bass.
No.
Yeah.
First United Methodist Church.
Yes.
Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a school that me and other one.
I did play bass. I was really bad at it. Do you know how they made me play?
Nathan Yager.
No. Like what they made.
Did you know who they made me play with?
They would. The way I was told to play was to play the first note at the beginning of every measure.
Yeah.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
I would just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 every time there was a chord change.
Yeah.
And that's all it was.
That's got to be dehumanizing.
It's awful.
So what you got to do is start going. Dum, dum, dum,
dum,
dum, dum. Yeah.
I just felt like I was not allowed to, and they were mean to me about it.
I'm sorry. That
so,
sucks.
One more time. Thank you, Jamie. What do we call the nicotine goblin?
Nick Ninja.
Nick Ninja. There we go. One
McDonald's.
More non sequitur.
McDonald's.
Before we get to the
They should start having nicotine at McDonald's, and I don't even.
They probably
I'm not even
already
a nicotine
do
guy.
the way I eat that shit. So.
I fucking love McDonald's. I don't care what
McDonald's is good as shit. All those people who try to tell you McDonald's is bad.
McDonald's is delicious. Mm-mm. I have brought a gift for what I have now learned is a fellow brother. Just before we get to the racism story, I just wanted to give you something now that I've known where your alliance is a lie and shit like that.
Oh boy,
fucking God! I know what it is.
I thought I'd go ahead and give you this.
Oh boy,
do you know what this is? Someone of your expertise should recognize it.
Some sort of letter opener. Is it? Is this from the Capitol? I don't know what this is.
So for all,
can I see it? I haven't seen it.
For anyone curious, yeah, absolutely. It's a dagger, shaped in about the sharpness of a letter opener.
Let's go.
With a deer antler hilt and a swastika on it.
Where is the swastika? I didn't see it.
Right here on the pommel.
Oh fuck! Shit, this is dope.
So,
oh wait, I love that.
I had a knife collection when I was a kid. That was like my big thing. I collected knives.
You were white.
My Aunt Vicky would very often canvass her friends who had knives.
And kind of get a knife search going.
Yeah. So there were multiple occasions in which she would just like put feelers out with her friends and be like, "Hey, if you have any cool old knives that you're willing to part with, give them to us."
I feel like I got to say that I don't think the Nazi knife is dope.
So I'm gonna get to that.
I respect your need for clarity on that.
I think
it was probably the best.
Yeah. We should all denounce the Nazi knife now.
I don't like the Nazi knife very much.
I mean, if this part just wasn't here, it would be cool.
So there were quite a few instances of her being like, "Hey, my friend has a knife that they want to get rid of," and we would go to their house in the middle of nowhere and we would get a knife.
Badass.
So that fold-out machete that I have came from my Aunt Vicky. Yeah.
Yes.
One time she brings me out to this fucking apartment on the north side of the town we live in that is just like gross, and she brings me into this very old man's apartment.
Oh.
And he goes, "I got something here for you, boy." And he pulls that bitch out.
How old was this nigga?
Oh, like 70 at least. And this was like 2008.
Oh, he fought in World War II.
This man was born in...
My grandfather fought in World War II.
This man was born in the 20s probably, I would say. And he pulls out that fucking knife. And like, as a kid, I had no idea what it meant. That knife was how I was introduced to Nazi Germany.
Fascinating.
They handed me that. I was like, "What is this cross on it?"
Yeah.
And they explained it to me. Symbol? And, you know, that was a whole thing. And I've since very much outgrown my knife collection. And I keep all the ones that are like, I don't want to just throw them in the trash, but like I don't want them anywhere in my house.
I don't think this is from that time.
It's not. I had it appraised.
It doesn't seem.
Or my Aunt Vicky rather had it appraised.
Oh yeah.
It's newer than that. It's from at least the 50s.
That's not a good sign.
But it
not
is
at all.
it is either a replica of a real knife they used during that time, or this was just some white supremacist knife.
Bro, if my grandfather was still alive, I would. Well, I'm not going to finish that joke.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you'd finish.
I would attack him with it. That's what I was going to
You get him good.
That Nazi
and he'd be like, "Oh damn!"
But that goes in my.
God damn it.
That goes in my pile of shame knives up in the attic that I don't look at or play with anymore.
I gotta admit, I don't want it.
I don't want anyone to have it. I just thought it was a good gag. I will keep it forever, I guess. Give it back to my Aunt Vicky. I'll bury her with it.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine.
So when they dig her up in 100,000 years,
the Nazi.
The Nazi woman. There were Nazis. Anyways, tell us about.
You ever think about how your bones are going to be looked at by like historians?
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Not when I was 9 and I was racist.
What?
Not when I was 9, I was racist. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone here have any stories about being 9 and racist?
I actually have a great story about the time that I was in the Smithsonian Natural History Museum in 2009.
I've been there.
Right, the year Obama was inaugurated. I had recently seen the episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Carlton and Will, they take over a small karaoke bar.
Why don't you want me?
And they sing "We Are the World." Then Will is a famously improvisational actor, so he is doing funny little bits about around the world, and he's saying "Blee ba ba, blee ba ba." Is it racist? Not necessarily, right?
Yeah.
He's Will Smith.
He's Will Smith.
Black. He's in his mid-20s.
He's
basically
what?
invincible at this point.
Did you hear what he did at the Oscars?
I heard that he went down into Chris Rock's blood and beat up his germs.
Yeah, I'm sure. I heard he pulled his dick off.
He pulled his dick off?
I heard him bit it off.
I heard that Chris Rock actually slapped Will Smith. And that was what happened.
I heard what happened was they edited the footage, but really, Chris Rock wasn't even there.
Yeah, Chris Rock was a deep fake. It was a hologram,
hoax.
like Tupac
And it
at
was
Coachella.
actually Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby was the one that did it.
I was there.
I was saying,
when that
"You're
happened."
Bill Cosby. You can't be here at the Oscars."
You
know how many women are here?
They deep faked Chris Rock onto Will Smith's face, and then they had Bill Cosby come and smack Will Smith.
Do you think that'll ever be the state of like public affairs, or it's like, "Oh, sorry, that was a deep fake"?
Probably, yeah.
I feel like that could be the case.
Yeah,
you know?
deep fakes are fucking just.
But like,
gone.
how do they deal with that in the 1800s? Could you just write down like from George Washington and send it somewhere, and they'd be like, "Fuck, dude, George Washington said I had to do this."
No, you had a certificate of authenticity that you had to.
You fake that shit too.
More like authentities.
You couldn't. It was illegal, so you couldn't do it.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, you didn't think about that.
But anyway, my 14-year-old cousin, who I was staying with at the time, my 14-year-old cousin, my other 14-year-old cousin, my older brother, who was 10 years old at the time, and my father are all at the Natural History Museum, and she starts singing "We Are the World," I guess, because she's touched by the event.
Maybe it was on the speakers there at the Smithsonian. You couldn't hear it with your little ears.
It surely was not.
You had stupid little fucking ears. He do be listening. What's he listening to?
Yeah, what's he
Rage
got?
Against the Machine.
Oh yeah. I bet if Jerry Seinfeld heard a Rage Against the Machine song, he'd die.
Oh, he's listening. He's listening to Sting and the Police.
Sting is in that movie.
I don't.
Sting,
Hold on. I don't
hey, you
get
guys, Sting's in that movie. We need to talk
I
about
don't
Sting
get it.
in that movie.
Why is he in that movie?
I'm mad because now we have to make this a 3-person podcast.
I just got to thinking about that if this is going to be a remote podcast anyway, what if we just put a third guy in?
Because this is really funny. And
this is a really
annoying
good time.
me. It's getting on my fucking nerves.
I'm having a really good time.
This nigga comes into my show. He steals my thunder. I edit it. I record it.
Hey, at
I
least
bought
you'll
all the
always
computers.
be the one.
The one what?
The one.
Can
Jewish
someone give me
guy.
the Nazi knife?
No, I threw it away.
One Jewish guy on the podcast.
Who's the one Jewish guy?
Him.
I'm the token Jew of the podcast.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you're. Is there a racist name for someone who's half black, half Jewish?
Not that I know of.
I'm
sure there
I
used
thought
to
of
be
one, but I shouldn't say it.
If you thought of it, yeah, you should keep it to yourself. If you're
thought of it as in you made a new
Nazi
slur
knife
right
guy
now.
over here.
you just put a slur in your brain,
I
brand
put a
new.
slur combined with a name.
Don't put that evil on the world.
I don't know about that one, man.
A slur
I
combined.
respect your ingenuity.
We do
It's
appreciate
it's
that.
a Jewish slur.
There are also slurs for ingenuity. Fun fact.
You really Afro-engineered that one into being.
I've heard people I know closely in my life say that.
That's funny as shit.
No, it's
They need to tell black people about that because we don't know about it. We would be saying it all the time. There would be shops would be like Afro engineer.
I think it's funny that that's their idea of being PC for the worst or worse. Words are hard.
Yeah, they're difficult.
We've
been saying a lot of words. It's been an hour, 29 minutes.
I am forgetting words at a rate of 10 per day, I think.
I don't think that's true. You've told me about this before. You said that you worry you're rapidly becoming stupider. I don't think this is true.
There's something going on in my brain that is making words disappear from my vocabulary.
Did we ever find out what you did that was racist?
Okay, so she's singing We Are the World, and in the part where Will Smith goes, bleep-a-ba, bleep-a-ba, in the middle of the damn museum in the Smithsonian, the quiet ass museum around the African pictures of the African people, I'm going, bleep-a-ba, bleep-a-ba, bleep-a-ba. And she got so mad at me.
What did your dad think?
My dad he didn't say anything.
My dad's only been mad at me one time. It's because I had Mighty Beans in my pocket in Walmart.
Did you steal them or did you bring them in?
No, but he had a record.
Oh, yeah.
And so he didn't want to be accused of having stolen the Mighty Beans and giving them to his children. Damn. So he was like, you better put them shits away, boy.
You better put them shits away, boy.
That was one of 4 interactions I've had with my dad.
There you go. See, I don't know what to say when somebody tells me something traumatic.
No, there's
nothing you can say, really.
There's nothing. We can just all sit and bask in
like I'll listen if somebody needs somebody to talk to and listen. I can do that. I just can't say shit about it.
Well, see, the thing is, nobody listens to what I have to say. Nobody takes me seriously, and I just feel like it kind of
reminds me, Jack. I was talking about.
No, that was a damn good bit.
So 9/12.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I forgot we were going to talk about 9/12.
9/12 was.
9/12 was called off last time.
It was called off. I had made the adult decision.
I know I didn't participate in it.
It contained several slurs. In the beginning.
Yeah,
I remember. I remember witnessing the more vile aspects.
Yeah,
of 9/12. I was never a part of it though.
It started before you and I had met.
I'm almost certain. It was
was it the year you moved or was it
the year after?
Okay. So it would have been right before we met because you and I first talked in like November, I think. We had class for like 3 months and then we started talking to each other because we were forced next to each other on the bus to go see Anne Frank.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And the play was really good, I thought.
Yeah, she was gay in the play.
She was gay in the play.
Did you know Anne Frank was gay?
I think it's.
Oh no!
I think
he's reaching for the knife.
It's funny how our first conversations consisted of having childhood crushes on Anne Frank and just talking about which one of our girlfriends was hotter at the time.
That's true. That's kind of what we did, and we did that until we graduated.
And then you guys listened to that in the Airplane Over the Sea album.
God. Do you remember that fucking green text you showed me?
It wasn't. It was a Reddit post.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was about this guy. It wasn't about this guy. This guy had just
Master of Disguise?
Written. This guy had written this tirade about this sort of erotic self-insert fan fiction about him having sex with Anne Frank.
And it had so many lyrics from that album.
There would be semen stained her mountaintops. Learning what each other's bodies were for.
Yeah,
that was in there. Lots of other stuff was in there.
But nonetheless, it had started the very first 9/12. I'm a little foggy on because that's in my trauma era.
Okay, I have somewhat of a thing. So at first it was just you and other Jack roasting each other.
Yeah,
for some reason. I don't know
think
why.
what it was.
I didn't know that's how it started.
Is I had posted something as a joke about like how his music sucked or something like that. And he had clapped back.
Yeah.
And we had talked to each other. We were like, let's pretend to have a fake beef. And you DM'd me and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like,
I want in.
Yeah. I was like, we have a fake beef. Do you want any part of this? And you were like, yeah. And so we spent all night just calling each other the N-word.
Hold up. Can we like
That's fun.
And
I
don't have any.
First of all, this is all white kids.
Yeah, this is a bunch of white 15-year-olds.
Yeah, I guess the audience does not know that.
I'm getting on my phone not to check the time, but to look at check the time and find these old roasts.
Because I don't have them anymore.
I have them. I deleted all the slurs.
Good. That's a very good thing. I think that's actually revisionist history.
Well, and then we talked about how I deleted the slurs later. You should build a statue
of just those slurs.
But nonetheless, we did that. And we realized that it was the day after 9/11. And so we had decided that what we were doing in proper edgy 15-year-old fashion
2016
was that we were roasting each other in honor of all the people who got roasted in the Twin Towers on 9/11.
You know, I forgot you had said that to me.
Uh-huh.
That's something that happened.
And next year came around, and it was like a week before, and I messaged...
They mostly got crushed.
Yeah. Some got flamed, though.
Yeah, but most of them, like 2,000 people died.
Yeah.
That day.
2,997.
It reminds me of that great tragedy, 9/11.
Yeah, that no one talks about that anymore.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I feel like it didn't have a very big impact.
Everyone was like, the next day was like, what was going on with you guys last night? Like, why were you all being so mean to each other?
Okay, so I just found one.
No, you're good.
It's just me. It tags Noah and it says, "Bitch, at least I have a dad."
Great one. There's a picture of me and you.
The only one shambling here is you with your Igor looking ass.
I told you you're the first person to ever call me Igor. But everyone was like, that was hilarious, whatever. And we all had this grand idea that the next year we'd get the whole school involved in it. So we did.
The whole school?
Yeah, like everyone we knew. And so the 9/12 after
and then
that,
nobody fucking did it. It was just us three again.
The 9/12 after that, everybody got in.
Yeah.
There were like 50.
I literally didn't follow many people from VHS, so I didn't know.
Yeah, but I swear to God, there were 50 people talking shit about their friends.
About it.
Yeah, and it was great. It was a wonderful event.
Yeah.
It took over my entire day. I went to your house that day. Fun fact.
You see, I think this is why I have this wistful idea of 9/12. And it wasn't something I was super involved in. It's something I only really saw the positive effects of. But its origin is according to many less than savory. But I think it's actually, I'm in 100% support of it.
I think it was a great thing.
Yeah,
it was a great thing despite the ignorance.
Yeah, we definitely
everyone involved has grown as a person.
Yeah,
it's not like that is at all representative of who you are or even were.
Yeah,
the joke was, I'm saying this slur. Isn't it hilarious that I'm saying this slur?
Well, the thing is we were trying to make it look, at least in the first one, like a rat, rat beef. Yeah. Like it was like a rat beef. So it was like we never hard our N-worded each other. It wasn't calling each other that as an insult. It was like this fella, and shit like that. But
I love the fella movement.
Yeah, the next year was fucking great. Like there were so many people involved, and it was awesome. And I remember, Jack, you made the greatest one of the day, and it was a man.
I'm about to find it.
I'll put it up on screen, maybe.
Okay, wait, this is from the third year, you said?
This is from the second year.
Second year.
So it was of a man getting pile driven.
I saw that one.
And it was tagged Ethan and his dad.
Damn.
Oh, I fucking forgot about that. I remember it. I remember where I was.
We had a friend who had recently been domestically abused by his father that resulted in a collapsed lung.
And then Ethan gave me permission.
Yeah, Ethan was like, yeah, this would be hilarious.
Ethan was all for it. Yeah.
And that was fucking great. And then the third year comes around, and this was 2018 now. And I had recently had a close friend diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought maybe a day of, even if it was joking negativity,
be a fun little goof.
We should have at least some positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it was a bunch of posts that were like, be mean to your friends, be nice to your friends, just say things you want to say that you don't. It's like Valentine's Day for homies. That was the plan. And that one went good too. There was a lot of,
I even participated.
Yeah, a lot of positive energy. And a lot of people were, saying good things about each other. And that one passed, and
everything I said was truthful.
The friend that we did it in honor of, was super happy about it. And he had a good time. The next year came around. I'm in college now, and I'm like, God, I miss when this was bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like I miss what the second year was like. So I created a page specifically for it, so that people could get involved. And I basically sold out on 9/12, and nobody turned up. It was like 2 posts a piece.
Yeah,
from
I did like 2 posts.
5 different people.
I don't think I did anything.
And I was really let down about it at first.
I'm really sorry about it.
That's okay. I think
all good things must come to an end, man.
And
let go or be dragged.
Yeah,
and if it comes back, then your mom loves you.
Yeah, and it was meant to.
What?
That's what she said.
That's what she said. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what she's been saying.
My mom and my therapist.
And the 5th year just recently passed.
Your therapist?
I say recently. That was 11 months ago. Next year is 9/12 again.
Oh boy.
And we
didn't do anything.
We decided to just not do it.
Yeah.
And we made a
How do you
post.
feel about that?
I think that was the best way to go, because I think rather than like holding on to something that was like big and a big event, because like a lot of the people who were into it, especially in the 2nd year, the ones that were like auxiliary friends were people that I had been to school with for a long time, were a year younger than us, that you had never spoken to and Jack had never spoken to.
What's an auxiliary friend?
Like an acquaintance almost. I've heard that term. That's right. I'm not making that up.
I wanted to know what it meant to you. I think it works grammatically and everything.
But it was just like, and they didn't really turn up anymore, and I was like, just kind of got to the point of, who am I doing this for other than me?
Mm-hmm.
And the friend that we had originally made it nice for had then passed away, and I was like, there's no more reason on the planet to keep this going. So we ended it. And this year will be the first one where it's probably not even acknowledged, but I will spend the day thinking about the people I love.
I have always held up hope that something that we talked about a while ago, that there would be some form of live 9/12 event.
Mm-hmm. I always wanted
like a creator clash.
Yeah. Or like a collective roast. Or like a collective roast. Oh, we could do like Fight Club.
I would love to. I mean, we kind of had a little fight club in high school.
Comedy Central roasts, other than the whole like everybody trying to be edgy humor and being a little bit racist.
Hey, my dad died in 9/11.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh
my God.
I think are a great concept, and I would love to bring that back one day.
But yeah, because MTV hosts or whatever, are they Comedy Central hosts?
Comedy Central, yeah.
Roasts. I mean,
Rob Deerdeck.
Rob Deerdeck is there. Holy shit. They need to roast
the roast of ridiculousness.
I mean, they're harkening back to like old Hollywood shit. Didn't like Frank Sinatra and shit roast his friends or whatever?
Yeah.
Probably.
So like they've been doing roast.
No
for
wonder
years.
the fucking like of course it's a great format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in the case that this podcast ever catches on, by God's grace,
God's gray earth.
I have 2 plans. One is to delete every podcast up to this point and archive them, because everybody knows our full names and where we live and who we know.
It's true.
And also,
I don't give a shit. Honestly, like if you save this one episode and keep this one up, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't care what people think about. Old Jackie boy.
Like getting doxxed is more my thing,
Yeah.
What are they gonna do? I'll get it going.
What if they show
I
up?
live on I'm not gonna be living here in a couple of years.
You're probably right.
I am literally right about to move.
But the next thing I would like to do is I always had dreams of 9/12 being like a thing, like amongst people who I do not know.
Right.
Because I really always, especially after...
It was long ago you shared this dream with me.
Yeah. It was especially after, it became a day of just like camaraderie with your friends, that I was like, I think this would be good for the general public.
I think most certainly it would.
Have a day, like I always looked at it as like a Valentine's Day for your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we don't have anything like that.
We
really totally should. And I'm going to be the bringer of peace, and I will end the war in Ukraine.
Okay. Well, it seems like we have very similar sort of things. See, I also want to be the bringer of peace, but I want to do it by taking over the planet.
Yeah, you have more Doctor Doom kind of. I know the genocide thing. We don't really always agree on.
Doctor Doom is not a genocidal.
No, but you are.
Neither am I really. Genocide is usually racially.
I can't find the one I'm thinking of, but I'm sorry to interrupt the seriousness part of this.
No, we're talking about genocide.
The joke was that I'm a genocide.
Well, genocide's pretty serious.
Can we get the Nazi knife in here?
Yeah, can we get the Nazi knife?
Jamie, bring the Nazi
Where's
knife.
this goddamn mic stand?
It's crazy. What's going on? I'm sorry about this.
Oh my God, hold on.
What was that?
A picture was just taken and I was holding up the Nazi knife like this.
Oh shit.
So maybe another one without the Nazi knife.
Yeah, Jamie, can you send me that one? Send me that.
Delete that photo immediately.
Jamie, can you send me that one and maybe send it 3 times?
Can you paraphrase the one that you're...
Get the fuck out.
We're being snuck up on by the Nick Ninja. Can you paraphrase the one you've been looking for?
I'm sorry, what?
The one you've been searching so hard for. Can you paraphrase
Oh, yeah,
it?
I remember it. I just wanted to show you all the picture because it was a funny picture. But it's of Noah, and I said something along the lines of, your hair is twice as long as Shaq's dick. Oh, is as long as Shaq's dick and twice as greasy.
That is... So I think... I remember at the first 9/12 when it was just the 3 of us.
Uh-huh.
It dawned on me how much funnier and more clever than me you were. And immediately I was like, I am so outclassed. Because all I could say is, this guy is ugly, and here's an embarrassing picture from your childhood.
And here's his fucking dead grandfather.
Did I post your dead grandfather?
You said my dead grandfather looked like a fucking like a Lord of the Rings character.
Oh my god! I remember stalking your mother's Facebook and finding old pictures of you and Jack Fletcher and shit like that. But like that's all I had, was just like ammo that was like really just low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And you pop out
inventing stuff.
You pop out with my hair is as long as Shaq's dick and twice as greasy.
That's clever.
And I was so fucking mad. I remember I was sitting on my bed in that room right there, and I was steaming. I was steaming like a kettle on the pot of the stove.
A bag of corn in the microwave.
I was steaming like a bag of corn.
I'm steaming like some bacon, bitch. You gotta give me.
Let's
I
go.
also called you the cripple from 300.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. If I ruled the world, I'd dress like a nigga from 300. Xerxes.
It's pronounced Xerxes.
Oh, I did find it.
You did find it?
Yeah. So it's this picture. It's fucking Noah in what I thought was a wheelchair at first.
It
I
is
thought
a wheelchair.
Noah got paralyzed.
I
was like, bro, did you get paralyzed? Because his back was fucked up.
What
Yeah.
happened? Yeah.
I was
Did
like,
someone
did you
hit
get
you with a
paralyzed?
baseball?
It is a wheelchair, but it was back in my days where I would, before they had like motorized wheelchairs at Walmart, you could just get a regular wheelchair.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Since when?
I used to grab those bitches. I'm not going to lie. I was a kid. I was 14 years old, and I'd get one.
As a
and
kid, I always wanted.
I mean,
to
there
ride
he
a
is.
wheelchair so
I
bad.
would wheel all around Walmart like that.
Okay, here's the full post because it's got a lot. On God, I hope this dude was previously a different word. On God, I hope this dude got paralyzed. This is the only picture of him where his mouth don't look big enough to shove Jack's head in.
Wow.
The only thing this dude ever had control of was that little minion Bill or whatever the fuck, because there's a minion in the fucking thing.
In the wheelchair cart, there's a
Minion
minion.
Bill. And then I said, hair longer than Shaq's dick and twice as greasy.
That is fucking good.
So that was the bow on top. I didn't even know about the rest of
Yeah, that wasn't even the whole thing.
You called out Bill and everybody. Holy shit.
He came at Bill and Stewart.
The only reason I ain't smiling in this picture is because I got bendy straws more straight than you. Boy so gay, you could fit 2 Epcot balls in his mouth.
That one was so fun. I'd still quote that to this day.
No.
Here's a good one. Boy's back looking like the Fibonacci sequence.
Oh my god.
The Fibonacci sequence, I feel like it's a deep cut for like whatever.
The golden ratio. You're bringing back memory. Dude, I swear to God, I internalized these for like 4 years.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I
so
still
sorry.
tell people they look like they can fit Epcot balls in their mouth. I had to Google what an Epcot ball was.
I said that. I said that Jack man looked like the lead singer of Hanson.
Oh, fuck.
That's meaner than all the rest of it. That's too
Bob
mean.
looking motherfucker.
Mbop. Wasn't that the name of the nigga, the African dude from the fucking book?
Yeah, Okonkwo. Oh, Mbop.
No, you're thinking of Kunta Kinte.
Umbopwo.
Kunta Kinte.
Oh.
I got a bowling pin.
I got a bowling pin.
Can I say monkey mouth motherfucker?
Oh, yeah.
When I'm singing that song, can I say that?
Monkey mouth motherfucker.
No, you goat mouth rabbit fucker. You mammoth fucker. You goat mouth mammoth fucker. No,
Yeah.
he says,
I thought it was mammy fucker.
it could be mammy fucker. No, he says, I don't want you monkey mouth motherfuckers sitting in my throne again. I'm mad, he mad, but I ain't stressing. True friends. One question. Bitch, where are you when I'm talking?
We're not reading the line.
It's Jack's turn. How great is our God? We had a little bit of an outburst from Jamie there.
I think some kind of ninja is somewhere around.
There's some kind of Nick Ninja around. It seems you've
Some
got
kind of nigga is over here.
I didn't say that.
I got it.
Oh boy, he's got a gut buster over here.
He turned into a little bit of a Michael Richard for a second.
I was a little bit worried.
It's just words.
I asked.
This shocked you. This shocked you.
This shocks
I
me.
asked the boys, before the podcast started, if I could talk about drug use.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
You can talk about drug.
I have not. Yes, I did.
I don't remember.
And you said yes. Just don't talk about name. Can I talk about drug use?
Oh, I forgot. Ignored the question and focused on the answer. I do that a whole lot.
Can
Like
I
if
talk about drug use?
Really?
if someone asks me a
Can I
question
talk about my addiction?
and I have something I want to tell
You can
them,
talk about your addiction.
you can talk about
Okay.
your addiction. I'd love to hear it.
I don't have an addiction. Well,
Weed is not
Marijuana.
addictive. Fun fact: you can do as much of it as you want to. And it'll
I'm
never-
in love with marijuana.
well, yeah, I know, but
Makes
like
me
I'm
feel
still
just
addicted to
like
weed.
it.
No, you're not addicted to weed.
If I stopped, I would be sick.
No,
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. You can't get addicted to weed.
Oh my god. He does this a lot.
I straight up, if I stop smoking weed for a day, I will throw up.
That sounds like, you know what? I think you might be a little bit addicted to weed.
Yeah, hey, how about this?
Like,
I'm not addicted to weed. I'm dependent on weed.
Yeah, that's better. I don't want you to stigmatize weed.
Yeah, you think he'll do that?
Yeah, I think you're single-handedly.
The only stigma that's making it anything is like that. It's nice and
you know how much fucking
around.
shit some fucking alcoholics get done. I mean, they get shit done sometimes. I'm
Woodrow
fucking
Wilson?
pothead, and I get my shit done. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
it's your own life.
How do you think it affects you? Like, what do you think it does?
Turn my brain into mush. I'm just kidding. No.
What's the line from
This is
Jesus of Suburbia?
I'm definitely much because I started smoking like every day when I was fucking like 15.
Yeah, like a baby.
The worst time to do it.
yeah.
So,
I
honestly
it definitely
think
fucked with my development.
Yeah, no, I feel
That
the
makes
same
sense.
way.
That makes
I feel like I was a lot more like articulate. Like
for sure.
I am pretty sure smoking
I thought
weed.
I lost all my funniness.
Yeah.
From smoking weed.
Oh man, that's a scary thought.
I am pretty sure that smoking weed when I was 15 gave me a stutter.
Oh,
Because
really?
like I did not have it before.
I have kind of a stutter now,
like
too.
like my thinking of words and shit, you
Yeah.
know? Like I did not have that before I started smoking weed. Like I truly think that something in my
before
brain.
I smoked weed, I wasn't funny and I had a stutter, so it was all good.
Yeah, I guess when you're funny and you don't have a stutter, it reverses it. And you weren't funny.
Oh no, I was not funny.
Yeah, so you know
I was just stealing William Haynes shit all the time.
you're right.
Well, I mean, that's
and you had
pretty
a
funny.
stutter back then.
I would say in the goddamn. I would say rain.
Goddamn.
Hold on. In the goddamn is a William Haynes quote.
Uh-huh.
I thought you made this up. I thought this was you. I thought
I
I've
think I
been.
invented the goddamn. Well, wait a minute. Now.
You just fart.
No.
Am I wrong? Did William Haynes not do goddamn?
He might have done goddamn. I
In the
wouldn't. know.
goddamn. Something like that.
I feel like he did. Like, wow, in the goddamn.
I'm out in the goddamn.
No, that's too Steve. That's too much Steve.
I'm out in the motherfucker.
Well,
right
early
now.
Will is very Steve.
Or yeah.
I'm
Back
on the
before
perks right now.
He
so-
cuss. Are you on the perks?
No.
What do you
I
want
don't,
right
I don't
now?
pop pills.
What all is in your system right now?
Right now, it's just this fucking Delta 8 bad boy right now.
Hell yeah, dude.
Delta
This
Bad Boy
legal
was my
weed
nickname
in
high school.
Arkansas.
It is literally just
Cops
legal
don't-
weed.
Don't.
It's crazy, right? That's very strange.
Cops never come.
They are always
Cops
finding
never come. You can
workarounds.
tell by the look on their face.
Yeah,
They're too busy beating the people they're supposed to be coming on.
Yeah.
That was kind of fucked up.
No,
I
don't-
The wording made it seem like you could be fucked up, but given the context of the rest of the podcast episode, I don't think you're fucked up.
I'm pretty sure we're an anti-cop podcast. I think we've established that at this point.
If we haven't already, we haven't been doing a good enough job.
Yeah, we haven't.
There are plenty of people that if they weren't cops, I would consider them good people.
Oh, definitely.
But since they associate with that,
They have chosen to be part of a regime that does the things.
Do you remember that kid we
regime
went?
does.
street gang,
That kid we went to junior high
government-funded street
school.
gang, huh?
We went to junior high with this kid, and I went to high school with him. Whose dad was a cop.
I remember a lot of kids with dad cops.
With dad cops, real
I
beanhead
feel like
look.
cop dads is the.
No man, way to cramp his style or
Kindergarten
whatever you
cad
said to me
dog.
earlier. Real beanhead looking motherfucker.
I don't know if you can
Well,
say
that's
that.
racist.
No, it was shaped like a bean. It was his beanhead.
He was dark. I called him a darky.
Oh my god.
Bro, one time my grandfather that Noah said looked like a character from Lord of the Rings pulled up. He used to drive me home from Annie Camp every day. So, fuck, he used to drive me home from.
You've said Anticamp 3 times
It's
already.
okay, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
We don't go there anymore.
Anyways,
Hey Jamie, can I tell the story about what your sister was almost named?
Oh fuck, that's a crazy
Are you sure?
one.
Cool.
We're getting it on decent authority that it's a yes from
Yeah.
Jamie.
If you don't want me to, I'll cut it out.
it still can be a
Okay.
no.
Go ahead, and I have a follow-up story.
I kind of forgot.
Your grandpa.
Okay,
Who's
so
driving?
he was driving me home from school, and we pull up next to this car that is purple, and it has some mean shocks on it, and it's got a spoiler, and it's got real tinted windows, and that word that you just said earlier that I can't say.
Darky?
Yeah, he goes, I bet a
A bit of darkies.
It's like that bit where you
Drives that
you
car,
need someone
yeah.
to come around and say the N-word for you. You
Yeah.
hire a guy who says the N-word for you.
Is that a bit?
Yeah, it's like a comedy special or
Or
some
concert or
shit.
something?
Yeah, it's like
That's really funny.
he just
But
comes
yeah,
around.
I do
That's
that
the
for money.
only negative memory of my grandfather.
The only what? It is
Negative
memory?
memory.
Oh my god! You
What
cannot
did it
say
mean?
that.
Negative.
Whoa.
Jesus. fucking
Negative.
Christ.
Fuck. Shit.
Get him out
Canceled.
The nega chin.
The nega chin.
Fucking. So my Mac's sister.
I swear Cosmo was saying nigger the whole time.
He was, dude. When Mr. Crocker says it, hold on, I'm pulling up the clip.
Does Cosmo have the pass?
Cosmo.
Yeah, Cosmo has the pass.
Cosmo's trans.
Yeah, and trans.
Bro, Cosmo is a great name for
I'm not
trans
finishing
persons.
that.
Cosmo is a badass name. Yeah, like that's a good
I've been thinking if I have a son, I'm gonna name it Angus.
Yeah. Why are you gonna do that for? Name it after some steaks and shit. What's that for? What's
well,
that
I'm
about?
thinking like Angus. Like I could call it Gus.
Call it Ang.
Ang. Babtar, Last Airbender. What are you fucking right? Watching Lord of the Rings over there? Is that my grandpa?
There's no way on this planet that man says nega.
I think it was in the script. I think it was nigga shit in the damn script.
Butch Hartman himself, that racist motherfucker, writes the N-word in the script, and the guy that voices Mr. Crocker says, "Okay,
all right, yeah.
Can we say this? Oh
nigga
yeah."
chin. I wish I could pull out a good ass Mr. Crocker out of nowhere.
Oh my god, dude! There's so many impressions I wish I could do.
I don't have. All I've got is Palpatine now. What the fuck is that for?
I don't have any. Do you still do the Peter Griffin?
I can still do a little bit of a Peter Griffin.
That's almost Loisy. I feel like if you went a little higher.
If I went a little higher.
I've lost all of my impressions. I used to be
Yeah.
alright at impressions, but I didn't practice forever. And
They
I just
never
lost them.
talk about that. Like the pain of going through male puberty. You can't do any impressions anymore.
I used to do Mickey Mouse so fucking
I had
good.
Herbert the pervert.
I was so good at Herbert the Pervert, dude.
I had
I remember
Mickey.
that.
Wait, no, you had Herbert. I was not. I always tried for Herbert. I couldn't. do Herbert.
Little boys.
I've got Skeletor still, but people don't know who Skeletor is.
Yeah.
So,
I'll get you, He-Man. But
you royal boob. Yeah,
I don't think I've pulled out my Peter Griffin in a long time. Actually,
I was talking to Lawson about your Peter Griffin
'Cause-
impression.
Let me. Hold on. Hey, it's me, Peter Griffin. Hey guys, how you doing?
I love that because he never says that shit.
Yeah, I'm saying shit Peter would never say. Hey, say something. You say.
Nigga.
Tell me something you want.
Nigga.
The nigga shit. I have a good story about you and impressions. Is we were reading in Miss Knowlton's class, the same class with the tattoo woman and the popcorn and the sidebars.
Do you remember that book, Swallowing Stones?
I do remember that fucked up book. The concept of
Was
this
that
book,
about birds?
No, man.
Oh,
It was
people.
fucked up.
It's about a kid who gets a gun for his birthday and shoots a gun
Randomly into the woods
He-
and it hits somebody.
He shoots it in the air and it comes back down and he kills some girl's dad. She befriends him and does not tell her, or it does not tell her that he was responsible for the death of her father.
I wouldn't tell her.
And
I have to be honest with y'all. I would not tell.
he's
that
got to
girl.
swallow stones about it. We had to read short stories, and there was one where Miss Knowlton was very about getting into the shit that we were reading out loud. And
Would she make you do voices?
she made the man sitting across from me do a black scent.
Oh man,
I don't remember this.
So it was about a poor kid in like Louisiana or some shit. And it was basically the guy was like, it was written exactly as use the boy that lives in the box down the road.
Mm-hmm.
And you had read it like that. And Miss Knowlton said, get into it.
Uh-oh.
So you go, use the boy that lives in the box down the road.
That was Cosby. He did Cosby.
So I did it back to him and I said, Jack, that sounded exactly like Bill Cosby. And for years, I have based my Bill Cosby impression solely on the, and that's why
I do have a good Bill Cosby.
That's exactly how that's why I remember the line, is because every time I need to pull out my Bill Cosby, I have to start off with a, use the boy, you see, we're gonna go get some bots. And I ran around. And that was my funny thing, is that I would do a Cosby black scent. And that was like one of my proudest achievements, is that I could whip that out at any time.
When are black people gonna admit that nigga wasn't even that funny?
He was America's
like
dad.
a dad for like everybody.
He was America's dad in a world where
Television.
the government had purposely weaponized drugs against black communities, resulting in less present father figures in those communities.
Do you think they had purposely created that father figure, that cultural father figure?
I do not think that Bill Cosby was a psyop, if that's what you mean.
I think
Star Trek was a
saw an
psyop,
opportunity.
Was it
like,
really?
yeah.
Star Trek was totally a fucking psyop. Have
How
you heard
was
about this?
No.
Okay, so past, I believe, 63 or 62, the
Jesus Christ.
the U.S. government just started giving, like they passed down mandates to United States media companies, said like, hey, put more aliens. Put some more aliens.
Put some more aliens so they forget about the little guy.
Throw in some more aliens. In fact, we'll give you a
guy.
little money if you put some more aliens. In 2 years, Star Trek was made.
Wow.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. You know, it's kind of weird. Like, I'm a man of science, right? So, like, aliens on Earth?
Unlikely.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, what's the deal with all this shit going on?
What's
the deal with this shit going on?
I mean, I've heard of aliens, but this is
This is ridiculous.
Whose alien dick you gotta suck an alien dick around here?
I want to be in one of them UFOs.
Would you fuck an alien? What are we talking about?
So, I've had dreams about fucking aliens.
I've
also seen cartoons about aliens fucking.
Oh, yeah.
That's called hentai. That's porn.
Well, first of all, it wasn't hentai. It was American.
Yeah. It's only hentai that's from Japan.
That's not true.
I think that's true.
Anime does not have to be from Japan.
Technically, yes, it does. According to anime fans that I know, yes.
Fun fact, that is a wholly American standpoint.
Really?
That's cool.
A survey
That
on...
sounds like some American
Hey, but guess what?
bullshit.
We're fucking Americans, so...
Yeah, you're right. Woo!
That's the rule.
Surveys have shown that Japanese people do not contest that an anime has to be from Japan, and most of them consider Avatar: The Last Airbender to be an anime.
Yeah, because I mean, fuck, what the fuck? Why would there be a whole genre that's
such
like,
a
but
good
this
show.
one has to be, what is it, fucking Champagne?
Yeah.
No, it has to be from Champagne, France. How about it has to be from Go Fuck Yourself, France? I'll beat your ass and drink the sparkling wine anyway. Leave me alone.
Killed the ass.
Killed the ass.
So can I tell you all about the drug that really fucked me up?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is it
So-
psychedelic?
Yeah. So it's this little drug called LSD.
Leoxydibonucleic acid?
Lindsay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I made that.
You know her.
Sulfuric.
Lindsay Sulfuric Davis.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yes. So I
That's
started
not this
doing
one.
acid like a long time ago, right? And I did way too much. So now I have brain prop. So
Sorry,
now I have
he
brain
fucking fingered
problems. I'm talking about my addiction here. You can't be addicted to acid. Don't worry. I did way too much acid, and it fucked my brain up really bad. I remember one
I've heard
trip
this can happen.
where I literally felt like my brain popped.
Oh.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
not good.
That's
So-
awful. That's terrifying.
Yeah, not fun. That was also the same trip that I thought I met God.
What was God like?
He was chill. He was kind of, I mean, I think I've held this in my contention forever that God, if he's real, is kind of a dick.
Yeah.
He's got to be.
But
He gives kids cancer.
when I was on acid,
What if
he
God
seemed
was one
real
of us?
cool. He was like, I'm coming back soon in the form of somebody on earth.
Me.
And then we're all going to go to heaven. Doesn't matter if you're a Christian or a Muslim or an atheist. We're all going to go to heaven. We're going to be part of the Son. It's going to be fun.
Oh, shit.
And it's like, okay, cool.
I'll see you later.
How long did you?
And then my friend Michael, who attacked a crackhead the other day, well, actually got attacked by a crackhead the other day, came and picked me up.
Heroically fended off a crack.
Yeah.
I can't tell that story on the podcast. Anyways, yeah. So last time I tripped acid was this summer that we're currently in.
Is this the trip that broke you? Like,
No.
you can't do it again.
No, I'm planning on doing it.
Okay. Very
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I've done it plenty of times since it broke my brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, like I trail off in my sentences all the
Uh-huh.
time because of that. Like it never happened before. Anyways, this last time I was tripping, and I like to juggle while I trip.
Hell yeah.
So
Whoa.
I walk down to the building where fine arts stuff happens in near this vicinity, and I stand in the sunlight and I put my earphones in and I don't bother nobody and I juggle. Little did I know that in this building that fine arts happened, and there was an event happening that day where there was several high school children
Oh, man. Fun.
going from the fine arts place to the eating place, walking there, and they saw me and began to crowd around me and film me and cheer for me.
Nightmare, 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 nightmare.
And I was like,
I would have shit myself, man.
So yeah,
That does not sound pleasant.
I realized that, and I was like, I waved at him and started juggling some more, and I was like, so I dropped him, and I was like, So I picked him up and I did like that at him.
Like Frankenstein?
I said like that.
Get out of here.
I said, man. And then I just walked the opposite direction of where they were.
Fuck yeah.
You have lived. You know what it's like to turn into the Hulk. I want you to know this.
I didn't hit them. I
You
didn't
felt
hit
it.
them. I just like fucking.
But that's totally what the
Yeah.
Hulk you eat.
Get away. Sorry.
You might remember the story I used to tell back in junior high.
Uh-huh.
I had dubbed it the Night of the Dragon.
Oh, I
And
know
I
the
don't
story.
remember.
Basically, I had had a particularly bad breakup
Mm-hmm.
on Valentine's Day.
That's what started me getting really bad into acid.
Yeah, you're right.
That seems like that would happen.
That's the thing to
that
do.
makes sense.
Valentine's Day 2015. I think.
Also, I do not condone the use of LSD. If you happen to use it, test that shit first.
yeah. You
That
get,
seems like a good
get one of
idea,
those
yeah.
fucking kits. But basically,
There was kids.
I had been broken up with, and I had taken some drugs. I don't remember what. I think I had like swiped a Xanax from my mom or some shit like that. And I went to our local game store to play Friday Night Magic, and I was like a little fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was like a little fucked up about it, and like I was kind of playing into it. Like I'll admit a lot of what I told as the story when I was younger was mostly bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kind of figured.
But it
Can't
fuck
say that
you.
anymore.
But like
Which part?
a lot of it was like
Figured.
I had gotten a hold of some cigarettes, and like I was nauseous from the nicotine, and I had like a Xanax in my system.
Man.
And like shit was just kind of scaring me. Like I was in a really bad space.
Yeah.
And so a couple friends of mine found a stuffed dragon at this local card shop. And they
Hilarious
started
moves.
like chasing me with it.
Oh,
And I
God.
played into it a little bit, and I told them afterwards that I was like, it looked like a real
was a
dragon.
real
guys.
one.
It was like because none of us really knew the effects of the drugs
Right.
that we had been taking.
Oh no, not at all.
And like it, I didn't. I knew it was a stuffed dragon,
Uh-huh.
but it did scare the shit out of me, like
Damn.
unironically.
That's
They
weird.
succeeded in chasing you around and startling.
Yeah. And I feel like based on some reactions I've had, because I smoked a lot of weed for a really long time.
Mhm.
And then it started getting to the point where I would smoke too much and feel like all of the liquid that balanced my inner ears went away. And I no
That's
longer
the only way I can fall asleep.
really.
Is if there's no liquid in my
Yeah,
ears.
that's-
I have to drain my ears.
That's those people that like fucking suntan their buttholes now and shit like that. They poke needles in their ears and drain that shit out too.
damn.
But anyway.
The look in your eyes, you were so upset.
No, sorry. Do you remember that one time? I think we were on a bus or something.
Okay.
And I looked at you, and I made the Private Johnny joke. It's like the guy died in Vietnam, Private Johnny, and I'm remembering him. Right?
Oh,
And I'm
yeah,
like
yeah.
staring off, and like I looked at Noah as I stared off, and like one of my eyes went this way, and this one stayed here. And he was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't remember, but I'm sure I was terrified.
Yeah.
But,
It was
like,
a bit.
I think the best way I can describe it is like I'm just kind of a lightweight. And most drugs affect me a little harder than they probably should because like if I smoke just a puff too much weed, like I physically feel like I'm not tethered to the planet anymore.
You've told me this before.
Like that's the best way I can describe it is like the room starts spinning and I don't feel like
that sucks.
I can't
that's
feel
not
the
great.
pressure of my ass in the seat I'm sitting in and shit like that. Like I just feel like I'm existing in space and I can fly and float off at any moment.
I've only
it's-
felt that way one time.
So to that extent, I haven't done LSD and I'm frankly terrified to.
That makes
If
sense.
you do psychedelics, do mushrooms first,
Cool. That's probably the thing to do.
and do a little bit at
Because
first.
I also know I cannot do it here. I would
Not in this.
house.
Okay.
I have pets. I have 4 pets who I
Yeah.
love very much.
Oh, you've told me about
And
your
my
anxieties
pets are
oriented
awesome.
around.
My biggest fear is that one of them will, like, I will think that they are a threat to me, and I will neutralize said threat.
Mm.
And I do not think I'm capable of that in my sober mind, but
Oh,
I'm
of course
scared
not.
of what I could do when
Yeah.
high.
So
I know some people like hide knives and shit like that, but those are fucking cats, man. I don't need a fucking knife.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like
You're a grown ass man.
I would have to do it at like a friend's house or in like a hotel room or some shit like that.
So
That makes sense. Kind of like
I mean,
squirting.
the best
Yeah.
best thing to do it is you got to have somebody with you.
A babysitter.
Yeah. Somebody that can drive, like literally, if somebody can drive you to the park, you will
Oh.
have a life changing experience.
Hell yeah.
Park.
I listened to a podcast where
I've done a lot of stuff at the Craighead.
Y'all been
I-
to the old shooting range?
I've
No.
never been there.
Yeah, Lawson and Dustin showed it to me.
down at they know every corner of that park.
Yeah.
I've
Have you been to the
fished.
secret beach?
I've been in the secret pond where we fished at.
I think that's what
we
I'm
could be
talking
talking about the same thing. Matt caught their first fish there. It was very awesome.
Oh, that's super cool.
I listened to this podcast, and this is the Super Mega Cast. I don't have to keep it secret. And they were telling a story once how they were being babysat during a trip by one of their friends, and their friend kept making scary faces at them.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
Awful. Dude, one of my friend Yamel I was telling you all about earlier fucking ended his friendship because somebody did that to him.
Yeah,
Really?
that makes sense.
Yeah, no, apparently, and like they were still friends with him or whatever, but they would just be sitting there just tripping, and the guy would go,
Yeah.
shit like
Fuck that. Fuck
That's
that.
fucked up, man.
So I don't think you would ever be like afraid of your animals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if you were to be under the influence of such thing. But, I don't know how you react to drugs. So
I also think I would spend so much time while I was high thinking about that.
Mhm.
Like, just I would sit there and be like, if Hobie walks up to me, just pet him.
Yeah.
That
I
I
would
wouldn't
definitely
even
be present on your mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't even enjoy my high.
yeah. So that's what I was saying. So get a trip sitter and have them, if you need to leave the place that you're currently in for
Mhm.
whatever reason, you can just leave. Like you don't got to worry about, walking around and people seeing you walking around. You can just sit in the car.
Yeah.
And, being in the car, going into...
Is that bad or good?
Going onto like the big road in this town where like it's most popular at night while you're on acid, it feels like you're in New York City.
Okay, I actually do have a similar story. I know exactly what you mean. For a friend's 18th birthday, we made weed brownies.
Oh, yeah.
I had never had brownies in my life.
Oh shit.
And we fucked the recipe, dude.
Too much weed?
Are these the ones I had?
Way too much weed. No.
Okay. Because I was about to say, I didn't have that good of a time.
You're supposed to put a pound of weed or an ounce of weed for a pound of butter.
Damn.
And it's supposed to be an ounce of weed for a pound of butter.
Did you do a pound of weed and an ounce of butter?
No. We did we did an ounce of weed and 2 sticks of butter.
Oh, okay.
And so it was double potent.
Yeah.
And it was extremely strong. And I made the very rookie mistake of we cut it into 6, and it was a full 9x13 pan brownie.
Ooh.
So they were 4x4
you
squares
smaller
of
boys.
double size or like double strength weed brownies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And I did not feel the effects of the first one. And I ate the whole thing. So I ate a second one.
Yeah.
And I ate the whole thing. And I did not feel the effects of the second one.
Mm-hmm.
So I ate a third one.
Oh my god.
And while I was halfway through the third one,
that's when it happened?
That's when it hit. So I effectively had 2.5.
What am I doing?
I effectively had 2.5 4-inch by 4-inch brownies at twice the strength of what was recommended to us by the weed website we were on. And I got fucked. I don't remember more than 2 minutes of that night.
Damn.
I went to 8 different places. I threw up all over a restaurant
edibles
bathroom.
will make you throw up.
I
bad.
vomited. So I was facing.
I've never thrown up from edibles.
Really?
If you take too much, then you will.
See, I've been very lucky in my weed adventures and encounters.
I was in a stall because I was feeling nauseous, and I was facing the door to the stall. Like I just walked in there and I was locking it, and the puke was at the back of my throat, and it came out while I was still facing the stall door. And I whip around real quick to go into the toilet, and the whiplash of doing a 180 while projectile vomiting. It was bright purple too.
Oh my god!
What the fuck? It was like the color of milk and brown brownie, and maybe like some fucking fruity
some blue
snacks.
ice cream.
Yeah,
blue ice,
blue ice cream.
Gatorade
What you have? Yeah, it was probably like Gatorade. And it was on all 4 walls of this fucking stall bathroom. But they stuffed me in the car to take me home because everybody else had a half a brownie and they were, ready to have a great night. Yeah. And they put me in the car to take me home and put me in bed and hope that I don't choke to death on my own vomit. And the drive between this restaurant and my buddy's house was 8 minutes max. And I was laid down in the back seat looking out the window. And as every street light passed, I felt like I was in the biggest city in the United States. And I was like, it is so bright. It is beautiful. All of capitalism has communicated.
It led to this.
It has led to this beautiful moment of me in Los Angeles being driven home so my friends can have a good time without me. And it's a memory I do not hold very dearly to my heart. And I lied to my girlfriend about where I was and why I had not texted back.
Oh yeah.
And
that was the move at the time.
Yeah, and
classic move, player baller move.
I am very, very
high value male move.
But that whole story is basically to say I know exactly what you mean by feeling like you're in fucking New York City when you're fucked up on shit, just going through a town in a car.
The only time I've had too much on edibles, I felt like I was in a survival horror film.
Let me tell y'all right now, if you go to any Vapor Maven in this town, you can buy a Rice Krispie treat that will murder you.
Really?
Yes.
What's it called?
It's literally called Loaded Rice Krispie Treat.
What's in it?
How much is it?
I
don't care. I don't care what's in it. How much is it?
It will put you out. I swear to God, it's 200 milligrams. All right,
that's a lot.
Oh,
so
my God.
First of all, a regular thing is like what,
25.
10 to 25,
yeah,
something like that.
I had a 30 milligram Starburst one time, and that was a little too much for me. That was given to us by a mutual friend.
I know who gave that to you. That's hilarious.
So yeah, 200 milligram. But it's a Delta 8, so it's probably a little less potent than if it was the regular stuff.
Delta 9.
Yes.
Delta 9. What the fuck is a Delta?
I don't fucking.
It really fucked me up when Angry
Mississippi
Video Game
River
Nerd said,
Delta.
"Hey, what the fuck is a bit?"
What?
Like Angry Video Game Nerd, he knows what a bit is.
But
he was like 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit. What the fuck is a bit?
You know
why do I care so much about bits?
I will say one thing that really pisses me off about the.
He just lifted my toenail off my toe.
I fucking God.
Like Squidward, yeah, like that one.
Oh my God, I hate that shit.
Squidward fancy or whatever.
To get computer nerd for a second, it has always bothered me about 8-bit is that 8 bits has a name.
Oh yeah,
it's a byte. Yeah. So that's like just saying
you can't say one byte about the NES. That sounds lame and sounds like you can eat it.
I am 6'12" inches tall. It's the exact same concept to me.
Yeah,
we are playing a 1 byte video game.
That's 16-bit. That's 2 bytes.
Yeah, that's 2 bytes. 64. You got 8 of them bitches in there.
Okay, now you're going. Now you're going for it.
8 bytes.
Face yourself.
Yeah, and less syllables. Pisses me off.
It works better in general. I wonder why. I really do think it was marketing. I mean, think about it. You're selling this fucking big ass machine to kids. You can't say bite. They'll bite it.
Yeah, they'll bite it. They'll eat it. They'll put it in their mouths.
The 80s kids, they be eating Boba Fett's missile and dying, and Optimus Prime's gun and dying, and all kinds of shit and dying.
Fucking Dynamic Banter was talking about this like Ghostbusters green ooze that they used to eat when they were kids.
The Ecto Cooler?
The Ecto Cooler. That's what it is.
Ecto Cooler is made to eat.
Yeah, I know, but you shouldn't eat that.
Oh, no, it was delicious, bro. Y'all ever had it?
I've never had Ecto Cooler.
They still make
those? It was like
those?
green juice.
They brought it back in 2018 or 17.
I had it when it was
Girl
like
Ghostbusters
old.
movie.
You've gotten the Girl Ghostbusters movie. You're wrong.
I had that old juice.
Oh, really? What's the year?
2016.
2016? Really? 16?
Actually, I lied. It wasn't the podcast. It was the interview.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch
That's
the
my
interview,
favorite.
Jack?
No.
Not the movie. Our interview.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I did.
I
You saw when we killed Kim Jong Un.
That's why I was confused because I don't know if you're comfortable talking about this.
Oh yeah.
But you go by 2 different names.
I go by many different names.
Yeah.
It's the 2 that I know.
Yeah.
Right. So there's
just
Juicy.
wait until he wants you to call you in bed. It's really fucked up and weird.
What do you want me to? What do you want me to call you?
In bed?
What do you want me to call you anytime?
Victor Von Doom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I've been thinking about a new name. I want to run it by you guys.
Okay.
I brought up the
We never talked about rapper names. Yeah.
Wait. Do we want to talk about rapper names again?
Giselle was mine. My last name.
That's awesome.
Ezel and
that's really good.
Jack Ezel. Giselle.
I went by Ponytail when I was a SoundCloud rapper.
Hell yeah.
He's hilarious.
I never wore my hair in a ponytail.
I've seen you do it maybe one time.
I had mozzarella fella as well.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Yeah.
You're sleeping on this, man.
Yeah, I know.
Mozzarella
I
Fella
just
has
can't.
potential.
I really don't like singing and rapping into microphones.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
like
not your
singing and
thing.
rapping
It's not your
into. I just like playing instruments, but that other stuff, man. It freaks
Well,
me out.
Mozzarella Fella could totally just be. If there was an artist on Spotify called Mozzarella Fella, and it was just fucking.
What if it was a
guitar
band called the
music and shit?
Mozzarella Fellas?
Can I be in
great.
it?
Sure.
Can I be in it?
Can I sing in it? Because the only thing I can do is play a third of the bass, and you're better at that than me.
Yeah, I guess you could be in the band.
I guess whatever you want,
I should
my
have.
man.
I mean, we're 2
And then we
hours
can
17 minutes in, so it's too late for me to add a new bit to the podcast.
Yeah.
But I should have done the third wheeling bit.
Yeah, we really need to wrap up soon, I think, guys. But you need to talk about your rap name first, so we can get this over and done with.
What the? Who was that?
That was me.
No, it wasn't.
Over and
That was
done
me.
with.
He get this one over and out.
It's time to get over and out.
It's time to cut this one off.
Cut that shit, boys.
This is your teacher at 2:45.
We could split this into 2 different podcasts.
You're right. But don't you have somewhere to be? Didn't you move the table for something tonight?
It doesn't really seem like I have somewhere to be anymore.
It's too late.
Because Rose is here.
You've cheesed it.
I've cheesed it. I wanted to go. I shouldn't say I didn't want to go, but I had more important things. The podcast comes before the weird plans. And they're not weird. I just don't really know one of the people. So it's like, okay, I could talk to someone I don't know, or I could do the podcast with my best friend and some guy. And, like, that's what.
And that some guy's name is Noah.
Yeah.
Marshall.
Yeah. Me and Jack are lovers and friends, and we have been forever, But
it does kind of make me feel a little left out sometimes that I wasn't there for the things.
Well, you're technically the reason we met. It's just
technically there's only one.
We're both so much cooler than you.
First of all, he is not the reason we met. Lawson is the reason we met.
You know what?
Yeah,
you're
but there would be
fucking
no
right.
Lawson without me.
I mean,
you spawned Lawson.
Yeah, I birthed him out of my butthole and shit. That shit was gruesome, man. He came out whole
slimy.
I did not have to put him together.
He has not grown an inch in 30 years.
Was he bald or anything? Or?
No, man. He full head of hair.
Full hair?
Full ass of hair.
He's got a hairy ass. Lawson does. It's crazy.
I haven't seen it. Actually, yes, I have.
I've seen Lawson's ass at multiple points.
He posts it on his Instagram, bro.
He loves showing his ass. I love when he shows his ass. I think he's all the better.
Nobody's mad when he's showing ass.
Fucking goddamn ass.
I fucking hate when people show ass. It's time to get. If you're gonna show ass, it's time to get it done with.
We've talked about this before. How show hole is the funniest.
It's the funniest way to harass somebody in the world.
But it's awful. If someone asked me to show hole, I'd kill myself.
I mean, it's like comedically to the point,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the gag of show hole. I don't think anyone in real life as seriously has been like, "Hey, show hole."
One guy, at least one.
You think so?
Has asked to show hole.
I don't know. I mean,
I've never heard that before. So.
Oh
really?
I think we're. I think if it was as popular, if it was more popular, then yeah, it would be a thing people were saying unironically. However, show hole, not a lot of people are saying this already.
Mm-hmm.
I think the people who are saying it, I think they understand that it's a joke. Hopefully, anyway. But I haven't spoken to all of them. I could never tell you.
You've never talked to the show hole guys.
I feel like I missed out a lot
Try not to.
on culture in high school because I didn't have any friends. I had one friend, and it happened to be the person I was in love with.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any other friends. So I didn't know anything.
I feel like
I didn't know anything, and I had like at least 6 friends.
Yeah.
I feel
it was also totally my fault that I didn't have friends.
I think
was
it's
it,
easy
or
to kind
were
of
you
cut
depressed?
yourself off.
It was the second time I'd moved.
Because you moved to San Antonio.
I had moved to San Antonio beforehand, and it took me like 2 months to make friends.
Yeah.
In San Antonio. And it was that Ymel dude and then that Republican Mexican dude.
Fascinating individual.
Yeah, with 2K moms.
Yeah,
just dox him real quick.
And he lives 6969 Cool Street, New York City.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a real address.
Hell yeah. Let's go. Who lives there?
I don't know.
Joe Goldblum.
It's a house.
Joe Goldblum.
Jeff's father, Joe.
Is Joe Rogan still dead?
Huh?
Who?
Is Joe Rogan still dead?
Hey, you got any updates on that? I saw you checking your
phone.
phone.
Who the fuck is Joe Rogan?
You know what? That's
right.
the kind of spirit we respect on the Hear Me Out podcast.
Yeah,
why don't you come and join us instead?
Honestly, I've never watched a single clip of Joe Rogan for Joe Rogan.
Whenever I was in college,
always been for other people.
I was in college when Bernie Sanders went on his podcast.
Bernie Sanders was on the Joe Rogan.
Yeah, it is. No. So was Andrew Yang.
Yeah,
Fuck
was there.
Yang, dude. That guy's so stupid.
I used to be a fucking Yang supporter, and now I've seen the light.
See, I was a Yang supporter simply because he was the only candidate that was against daylight savings.
Yeah,
and we need to get rid of that shit.
See, because right now the bill that like looks like it's going to pass is the one that makes it always daylight savings, and I want it to never be daylight.
Yeah,
savings.
no, it should never be that.
I want it to get dark at 5 o'clock every day.
Yeah, that should be the deal. I think.
Why?
Because then I feel better about my day being over when I get off work. It's like if I get off work and it's still daylight outside, I feel like I have the obligation to go do
more shit.
Whereas if it's nighttime, I can just stay in and play video games.
That's an interesting perspective.
Have you ever thought about not letting the thoughts of others influence the ways you find joy in your everyday life?
Yeah, that's too hard.
I get that.
I couldn't achieve it.
I understand
probably.
That.
I've got too many people I care about whose thoughts.
If I could just go around and scream as loud as I could to everybody and face 0 consequences.
What would you do?
I was going to let it sit.
Then I would.
Wow.
I've been told by 2 Jamies that we need to end the podcast.
And with that,
it's a doggy dog.
It's a
doggy dog.
It's a
doggy dog.
It's a hold on from the.
It's a doggy dog.
It's a
war.
Hold on.
It's a doggy dog war.
It's a dog. It's a dog eat dog war.
And